fajita salad and the chicken fajita burrito now at Taco Time.
KOIN TV, Portland, Vancouver.
The following is a KOIN TV sports special. Live from Civic Stadium, KOIN TV Sports presents the 42nd annual North-South Shriners Hospital All-Star Football Game.
Welcome to Portland Civic Stadium, where the skies are overcast, the temperature is 70 degrees, and it adds up to a perfect environment to initiate the 1989 collegiate football season with this, the annual Shrine All-Star Football Game. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Rick Metzger. I'll be providing the play-by-play for tonight's contest. And joining me in the booth, a man who knows more about the Shrine All-Star Football Game than perhaps anybody in the state of Oregon. 12 times serving as a member of the North coaching staff, 5 times as head coach, including last year, currently the head football coach at Lewis and Clark College, Tom Smythe. And I know, Tom, this means a lot to both the players and the kids and the coaching staff as well.
Well, it's a real spectacle, and it's a privilege to be involved in the Shrine Contest every year. Obviously, it's a great situation. You're playing a game for a wonderful cause, and you're playing with the best football players in the state and the best coaches, and it leads up to a wonderful night. It's a great experience. It's always been a very positive one for everybody involved, and I think tonight will be just more of the same.
Well, a few butterflies, I would imagine, in the stomachs of the players and the coaches right now.
Well, anytime you play competitively, whether it's football or golf or whatever, you're excited to get the thing started. But it won't be any different than a regular football game. Once the kickoff happens and the flow of the game begins, kids will settle down, coaches will settle down, and I think it's going to be a great football game.
Well, I know we're excited, but of course we're only half the broadcast crew. On the sidelines, providing their usual insightful commentary, my colleagues from Channel 6, Ann Schatz and Ed Whalen. And Ed, I understand you'll be covering the South team today.
That's right. I asked for the South. I just like the way they get after each other in practice. And an intense group of individuals. It's a smaller and lighter but quicker South squad this year than last year's South squad, the one that just kicked the daylights out of Tom Smythe's team. I'll be on the South sideline having fun. On the North sideline, my colleague Ann Schatz, and I'm telling you, Ann, I bet you lunch the South wins this baby one more time.
Just lunch, right?
Yeah, the way I eat.
That might be death warmed over. Listen, I'll tell you what, Ed said it right. The North team this year is bigger. They don't have the quickness that they've had in years past, but they are bigger. They plan still on that quick movement off the line. That's where they say it'll be different this year. And the North is looking for a little revenge. They want to get after your guys, but good. So we'll have everything coming to you from the sidelines. It'll be a lot of fun. Tom and Rick, back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ed. And Ann, we'll be looking for your comments throughout the contest. As you know, all the proceeds from this contest go to help the Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children. And this year, you too can get involved. Earlier this week, I had an opportunity to visit the Shriners Hospital. Let me explain to you how you might help. The Shriners Hospital helps crippled children throughout the country through research, development, therapy, and hospitalization. It relies entirely on public support through donations and special events like tonight's Shriners All-Star Football Game. This evening, we would like to give you an opportunity to contribute. Anytime throughout tonight's contest, look at the number on the screen and give it a call. Make a pledge. It's fully tax deductible. Any amount would help, and it would certainly show your support. Here's a look at some of the ways the Shriners Hospital helps our children.
The research carried out at the Shriners Hospital benefits not only the Shriners children, but the population at large. Research is not a local occupation. Research is carried on at an international level. There are no borders, so that information produced in our laboratory is available to researchers and the medical community worldwide. And the work carried out in the hundreds of laboratories throughout the world investigating connective tissues, the information is also available to us. The connective tissues are such things as skin, bone, tendon, and cartilage. And these are the tissues that are of interest to the orthopedic surgeons when they're operating on the children of the hospital. We study these tissues by trying to find out what components they contain and how these components react together to give these various tissues their characteristic properties. The information that we produce enables us to diagnose some genetic diseases. With this information, the lifestyle of the patient can be altered and adjusted so that their quality of life is improved.
As a prosthetist, I begin making a limb by taking a cast of the patient, such as the one that I have here. This is a cast of a little girl who was born without a leg from below the knee. After we take the cast of her, then we fill this plaster cast with liquid plaster. When that hardens, this plaster cast comes off and we have a model of her leg here. With this, then we can smooth it off and modify it in any way we want. And we make a socket over the top of it. A big piece of plastic gets put in the oven, heated to about 325 degrees, and then it's wrapped around the cast. And this is what we get from that. Underneath the socket, we have the knee unit here. And it's got a bunch of funny little knobs on it. And we use those knobs to adjust the position of the socket over the knee and foot so that it's aligned correctly. Then we go to the final procedure, which would be the final prosthetic leg. This is what one looks like. This is a finished leg. It's hard plastic, and it works in the same manner as that other leg. Christy's 8 years old. When she was born without either of her legs from below the knee down. She was also born without one of her arms from below the elbow down. And today we've got her fitted into a pair of sockets for her legs, and she's got a pair of special knee units that are called 4-bar knee units, and we're having to walk around to check to make sure that everything's fitting okay and that the alignment's all right. At this point now, Christy looks like she's doing really well, and we'll take the legs from her, and we'll start the finishing process on the prostheses. We'll do a final lamination over the top of the upper parts of the prosthesis to make it look cosmetic and give it enough strength. The lower section we'll cover with a soft foam cover. We'll shape it to make it look like the calf, and then we'll cover the entire leg with a pair of nylons to make them look like real legs. We've had a number of patients who have worn these before, and they've been real pleased with the way they look. And these legs are going to function very well for Christy for a long time to come here.
Well, that's just a brief look at what the Shriners Hospital has been doing for our family, our friends, and our neighbors. You, too, can contribute by making a pledge. Call the number on the screen sometime throughout tonight's contest. Do it for the children. Coming up, a look at how the players get involved and what they've gone through to get ready for tonight's big game.
The Isuzu Trooper, the four-wheel drive for all seasons, whatever the weather. The Isuzu Trooper makes it happen. When the going gets tough, the Trooper gets you there. You'll have a lot more fun in an Isuzu Trooper. Remember, if you don't see these Isuzu dealers today, you can't start having more fun tomorrow. Braley and Graham Beaverton, DeLon Salem, Bob Kendall, Vancouver, USA, Friday in Portland. Isuzu Trooper, the four-wheel drive for all reasons, too.
If you rent construction and maintenance equipment, you know renting makes great business sense. What you may not know is how hard Power Rents works to earn your business. We give you late model equipment, we give you more of it. We give you locations on the east side and west side. We're there if you need us around the clock. We also give you radio dispatch service, and we send out our field reps to make certain you're satisfied. We've been around for years, and we'll be for years to come, so give us a shot. You'll find that we work harder than anybody else to earn your business. Power Rents.
And we can stay up late, right, Dad?
Mm-hmm.
And we can eat Nally chili right from the campfire, right?
Some things are just better up here in the Northwest, like Nally chili, the Northwest's favorite, now in microwave cups.
Can I light the fire?
Maybe.
Low-cal dressings promise big things, but fizzle out. Bernstein's reduced-calorie Italian with cheese, loaded with Parmesan, Romano, garlic, oregano. It explodes with flavor. Bernstein's reduced-calorie dressing.
I admit it. I shop at the store with the lowest prices. So when this new out-of-state chain store came in, said they had the lowest prices, I went to buy a new ironing board. But a funny thing happened while I was looking it over. This woman sidled up and said, it's cheaper at Bi-Mart. Well, I'm no fool. I took her advice, went to Bi-Mart, and sure enough, I saved money. And I found out Bi-Mart sponsors all the entertainment at the Washington County Fair. The Crazy Eights are going to be there. So take it from someone who knows. It is better at Bi-Mart.
Bi-Mart. It's like a sale every day.
It's neat. It really is. It's just, there's so many things that people give to them, and you know, and they enjoy all of it. It's something very special to them, and it's just amazing how they just light up and everything's fine after, you know, we kind of come in and they look happy. It's kind of something you remember when it's fourth quarter, you're down by 7, something you want to give back. And just the chance, you know, to give back is the most important thing, I think.
You gotta go out for a pat. You can't just throw the ball. You gotta go out for a pat. Joe. You're better than our quarterback.
I feel like I owe something back to the hospital. And, you know, this is the best way, the major fundraiser of the Shriners. So I feel like I'm giving back what they gave me. And so it's very special.
Well enough to see the ball game on Saturday.
Oh, you know, it gives us a chance to be young again. And I think that's what everyone will love, a chance to be young again.
You get to keep that. All right. All right, Eric. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I gotta go home, Eric. Bye-bye. I'll see you around, okay? Bye-bye.
It's neat. It is. I think everyone should take a trip up here and just look around in here. It's something that you'll never forget.
In the rehab department here, we see a number of children with different diagnoses. They're children from age 0 or birth right up to 21 years of age. There's a variety of things that I do for the children to basically improve their functional status. Unfortunately, a lot of the kids have problems in that we cannot cure or solve, but we can make them more functional out in the community or at home and things. Chad is just one of those children. He has a head injury of about 6 months ago. He had his head injury and came to us semi-comatose. And from that point, he's progressed to a place where he's able to walk independently in the parallel bars and independently with a walker. And he's just begun to learn to walk with crutches. And he's doing fairly well at this point. He's only used them approximately 4 weeks now. And I anticipate that he will become a functional, independent ambulator in a household setting and in his classroom when he starts back in September. But we'll see how far it goes past that. We at Shriners here focus in on mostly functional things like how to transfer into and out of a wheelchair and things like that. But in addition to that, we've begun to shift our focus or some of our treatment into more of the recreational things. I have several children who are paraplegics who have learned to walk and get in and out of their chairs and beds and things. And the next logical move for us is to find some kind of recreational sport. And this year, for instance, we took 11 children who were born with a defect in their spine, who were paraplegics, up to Mount Hood. And with their help, we let them enjoy skiing for 3 or 4 hours. And it was interesting. They were braced up to their chest, and they had skis on their walkers, and they had skis on their feet. And we took them up to one of the smallest hills with a chairlift. And some of them were doing it by themselves. Some of them started at the top and would turn back and forth and crash and, had a good time. A lot of laughing, a lot of just plain old fun. we hope to transition these kids who become, quote, functionally independent in the hospital setting into a recreational program. So I think it'll work.
Up next, Ann Schatz and Ed Whalen will tell us how the players prepare for today's big game.
Here we are at the Northeast Y. Well, I prepare to put Ed in the cheap seats with my patented fake. Take a look at these automotive slam dunks.
Ron Tonkin Honda has too many new Hondas in stock, over 200, and we need to sell down now. And Ron Tonkin Honda has over 100 choice used cars and trucks. All come with our exclusive 10-day exchange privilege and 30-day limited warranty.
He fakes, he shoots, scores!
Ron Tonkin, the bottom line.
Bet you didn't know that's a fresh, Oregon-grown Furcrest Farms chicken. Or that a Furcrest Farms chicken is raised naturally, without hormones or preservatives. Or that a fresh Oregon Furcrest Farms chicken is guaranteed plump and delicious. Or you get 2 free.
Nope.
Bet your mom does. Furcrest Farms. Chicken doesn't come any better.
Beachcombing the ocean shores, trekking through the Wallowas, or gazing at the beauty of Crater Lake. This is Oregon, Totally Oregon. Now, Totally Oregon is available by mail. Selling more than 10,000 copies its first month, this beautiful 432-page volume is the comprehensive guide to Oregon. It's all here for only $14.95 plus $3 shipping and handling. Send check or money order to Totally Oregon, Box 988, Salem, Oregon 97308, or phone 1-800-344-3039. Call today.
All-Star Football Fever with that big screen color television for those big games on sale. Save $25, $50, $100. This Sharp 25-inch color TV only $299. A Sanyo 25-inch remote color TV only $399. RCA 26-inch remote color television only $499. Big 27-inch Sharp remote color television $599. Now that's Tom Peterson's.
Oh, Mianic with a bad pitch. This could go the distance.
Go over the last 10 years of the Shrine football games, and you'll find a disturbing trend to the North squad. They've lost 6 out of the last 9 get-togethers, and last year's 35-0 spanking really stung, really hit home.
The South comes in, and they come from the outer areas, and they think that they're coming into, our backyard to play, and they come in with a lot more intensity than we do it sometimes. The Portland area kid, the metro area kids play in the stadium more. It's not that big a deal to them in some ways. We're trying to turn that around. They're going to be in the 5-3, so you'll have an outside linebacker. Let's go right here with that one right there on the top.
Okay, he's picking the corner.
Yeah, go out and really pick him, really grab him if you can get a hold of him.
Okay.
The intensity factor has been lacking with the North All-Stars the past few Shrine games. This bunch is about to change all that.
We've been talking to them about their intensity, and we're tired of hearing that the other team wants it more than we do, and so we think that this group is going to want it just as much as the South, and if not more.
He was coming in. Yeah. He was playing well like that. What do you cross his arms or underneath? Uh-oh.
I think this year we're looking to turn things around a little bit and come out a little more with a little more enthusiasm than the last couple teams. I think that's been the big key for the South last couple years, been the enthusiasm and the desire to win.
No doubt about it. The North team has never been shy when it comes to enjoying all the social get-togethers that surround the Shrine game. This is a loose bunch. Too loose, critics might say.
We're taking this vessel. We won't be back for days. Yeah, we're going to cruise around for a while.
We don't have any cliques or factions. We've been getting along. In fact, I've been getting along too fine, too well. We've had trouble getting them to go to bed, and the South coaches call us playboys and so on. But I think that they'll know when to stop playing around and start playing football.
And play they will. The North team vows to show the heart, desire, and bulk that has been missing in years past for the kids and for themselves, because after all, this is the last time a lot of these guys will ever pop the pads.
I'm sure it'll hit me more once the game's over with, and I can reflect on it, when I'm 45 or something. I look back and say, yeah, that was a pretty neat deal.
Is this special for you?
Yeah, I think it's special for everyone here.
It should be happening tonight at Civic Stadium. And now here's a look at the South team with Ed Whalen.
My partner, Ann Schatz, is right. Intensity during preparations is the key to this, baby. Now, the North can talk about its intensity level until frogs chase bass. But once again, the South's camp was far more intense than the North's, and that's due to one tough dude.
Brian, come across there quick so we don't have to wait on you, okay? Don't be drifting across when you're in motion. Let's go.
Yep, Thurman Bell, the Roseburg coach who is as intense as Jack Lambert ever was. Part of the Oregon State Giant Killers, the outfit that knocked off O.J. Simpson and Southern Cal, Bell leaves no doubt as to who is in charge.
These guys are relaxing out here. We're waiting until the whistle blows. As soon as that whistle blows, they'll put the headgear on and they'll get serious. And my personality will change. I'll get ornery again.
These scenes are from last Wednesday. Guys laid around as practice was late because 6 of Bell's key players had to appear on a morning television show. The coach wasn't happy. The delay came on the last day of contact drills. Bell wanted an early start because of the new plays he added. In addition, 2 of the South's top quarterbacks are passers who were not thrilled at Bell's style, which is mainly to run the football.
Roseburg offense.
It was a Roseburg offense, man. You're not going to have much to do, are you?
I just give the ball off a lot, I guess.
You like that?
Yeah, I can play with anything.
Yeah, I know you want to throw the ball. You don't want to say it, do you?
No.
So what's it like to come up here and know you're going to be handing off a lot?
Oh, it's difficult. I mean, you have to learn to adjust, but you have to know the offense to play in the game, so.
But with a sly look on his face, Bell has once again taught the South All-Stars his system. Now they know, and soon you will too, that it's not conservative. It won't be all running. Everybody on this outfit is happy, intense, and raring to whip the northern boys sideways for the folks in the eastern and southern part of the state and for Thurman Bell.
Coming from Medford, I didn't, got a lot of bad influence, but it's a good experience playing under him.
You don't want to make him mad, though.
No, I don't want to make him mad. I want to do what he wants to do.
I'm so confident the South will win that it says here, I'll buy Ann Schatz lunch if the Southern boys don't win by at least 10 points.
Stick around. Your chance to meet all the players is in 2 minutes.
When you were a kid, you wanted your bike to sound like a car. Nowadays, you'd like your car to be as quiet as that old bike. So use a gasoline that can do a better job quieting knocks. One that's 2 octane higher than regular unleaded. Unical's 89 octane.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hi, Murph.
It's the great game last night.
Gee, thanks.
Here are some of the most popular options customers want but can't always afford on new cars. Stereos, air conditioning, sunroofs, custom wheels. It can really add up. But right now on Bob Frink Auto Row, you can have up to $1,000 worth of factory-installed options when you buy a Chevy, Geo, Nissan, Olds, or Hyundai, and you pay just $1. The Bob Frink $1,000 value package for only $1. Doesn't that make sense to you? Welcome to the family.
I'm used everywhere, man, I'm used everywhere. Across the desert's bare, man, up in the mountain air. People all declare, man, I'm used everywhere. I'm using Brighton, Clarkson, Stapleton, Tulsa, Pendleton, Madison, Denison, Alamosa, Hot Springs, Rock Springs, Soda Springs, Pocatello, Fargo, Pueblo, Provo, Walla Walla, Sioux City, Rapid City, Junction City, Moose Lake, Crater Lake, Devil's Lake, Salt Lake, for Pete's sake, I'm used everywhere.
It's the one that gets used. U.S. West Direct.
It's a chicken fajita summer now at Taco Time.
Joe Bushman will come from Benson High School at quarterback, wearing number 4. And at the split end position, number 7, Jim Craig, hails from Hillsborough High. Out of Jesuit, number 8, at linebacker, David Massey. Another DB will be Chad Carlson, number 11 from West Lynn. Oregon City's Ian Shields will be playing quarterback. He's number 12. And Tony Robertson out of Benson will be another running back for the North All-Stars, wearing number 16. At running back, Matt Jones, number 22 from Central Catholic. Jason Samarapov will play nose tackle from Gresham. He's number 36. And from Rex Putnam, number 38, Brent Hendrick at a defensive back position. Also, another DB, Ed Netter, big number 40 from Canby. And out of Clackamas, Jeff Edmondson. He'll be the tight end, wearing number 41. Bobby Frazier, a running back, wears number 42. He comes from Madison High School. John Sandstrom, number 40. From Hillsborough High. Out of Jesuit, number 8, at linebacker, David Massey. Another from West Lynn. Oregon City's Ian Shields will be playing quarterback. He's number 12. And Tony Robertson out of Benson will be another running back for the North All-Stars, wearing number 16. At running back, Matt Jones, number 22 from Central Catholic. Jason Samarapov will play nose tackle from Gresham. He's number 36. And from Rex Putnam, number 38, Brent Hendrick at a defensive back position. Also, another DB, Ed Netter, big number 40 from Canby. And out of Clackamas, Jeff Edmondson. He'll be the tight end, wearing number 41. Bobby Frazier, a running back, wears number 42. He comes from Madison High School. Out of Gresham, at a linebacker spot, John Sandstrom, number 43. Another Benson High graduate, number 44, will be playing the running back spot. That's Kenneth Vaughn. And at the linebacker spot, Jason Ingram, number 45, coming from Barlow. Lake Ridge's Eric Smith, a center, will wear number 50. Also another center, Chad Dahl from Oregon City. He'll have number 54 on his back. Another linebacker comes from Met Reynolds. That's number 56, Big David Smith. John Canoon, a defensive tackle, hails from Aloha, number 58. Out of Columbia, number 60, Craig Schnabel, another nose tackle. Big Jake Sturmer from Sunset, number 61, will be at the guard position. At defensive tackle, Wes Holznagel, number 66, who comes out of Franklin. One of the offensive tackles will be Beaverton's Brian Cassidy. He'll be wearing number 70. Also a guard, Jeff Douglas from Tigard, number 71. Another offensive tackle, Jason Close from Newburgh, wearing number 73. And at number 74, playing defensive tackle out of David Douglas, will be Pete Pearson. Another nose guard, Chad DeSully, will wear number 75 from Glencoe. Also another offensive tackle, big Mark Owens from Barlow, number 77. A guard, number 78, Mark Strand, hails from Gresham. And out of Hillsborough, number 79, Darren Kangas, offensive tackle. Playing with him on the offensive tackle on the line, Jeff Miller, number 81 from Barlow. Cleveland's A.J. Waters will be a defensive back, wearing number 82. Number 83 from Benson, Derek Baldwin, playing at the split end position. And over there at tight end will be Mark Bell, number 87 from Glencoe. Hailing from Sunset, big number 90, Scott Smith, playing at the tight end. Putnam's Jeff Peters will be at a defensive tackle spot. He'll wear number 94. And Wilson's John Lyday will be at a defensive back spot, wearing number 97. The North All-Star coaches, led by head coach Bill Dressel out of Benson. He'll be assisted by Coy Zimmerman from Barlow, Gresham's Gary Stotts, and Dave Ackerman out of Hillsborough. And your honorary captain, Aaron Paulson. That's a look at the North All-Stars. And Ed, I believe you've got the South All-Stars to introduce.
All right, thank you very much, Ann Schatz. Yes, the Little Daddies from the South All-Star team. From Redmond, number 1, Dante Johnson playing running back. And keep your eye on number 3 from Lebanon, Brian Vendetta, another running back. From Mountain View, number 7, Chad Paulson, a defensive back. From South Medford, number 10, Brent Berry, a quarterback. From McKay, number 11, Pat Hurst, a wide receiver. And from Redmond, number 12, Joe Abbas, another quarterback. From Ashland, number 14, Scott Chaddock, a quarterback. And from Roseburg, number 17, Paul Guthrie, a defensive back who will put your lights out. From Churchill, number 18, Sean Moore, playing a defensive back. And from North Salem, number 20, Billy Whitman, playing another defensive back. From Redmond, number 21, Chad Busick, a wide receiver. And from Marshfield, number 23, Jim Keller, a running back. From Crook County, home of Dave Maley, number 26, Dennis Bachman, a defensive back. And from McNary, number 29, Lance Large, playing wide receiver. From Churchill, number 30, Cale Wyardy, a defensive back. And from Ashland, number 34, Bruce Willits, a running back. From Thurston, number 40, Damon Schaefer, a running back. And from Roseburg, number 41, Glenn Dole, playing an outstanding linebacker. From Lebanon, number 43, Tom Kern, a tight end. And from South Medford, number 55, Mark McDonald, another linebacker. From South Medford, number 56, Mark Cromwell, a center. And from Bend, number 60, Jason Platt, another guard. From Roseburg, number 62, Aaron Hansen, another defensive lineman. And from North Salem, number 63, Steve Horton, a guard. From Grants Pass, number 65, Tony Browner, another guard. And from Marshfield, number 66, Rich Zemer, playing offensive tackle. From Springfield, number 67, Paul Van Buskirk, playing guard. And from Mountain View, number 68, Mark Giannotti, playing linebacker. From Sprague, number 69, Kent Noble, playing center. Now a big old offensive tackle all the way from Hermiston, number 70, Jeff Tibbs, who can pull and lead a play. So can Todd Poe, an offensive tackle from South Albany, number 71. From LeGrand, number 72, Mike Donnelly, a defensive lineman. From Roseburg, number 74, Malcolm Vucic, who can play defensive lineman almost as well as Too Tall Jones. From North Medford, number 75, Mike Bailey, another offensive tackle. Number 77 is Thurston's Lane Kling, a defensive lineman. From Corvallis, and a good one, number 81, Dave Brown, a linebacker. From North Bend, number 82, Dave Grenade, who will explode at wide receiver. From North Medford, number 91, Dave Eder, a tight end. And from West Albany, number 99, Mark Blomar, a linebacker. Your assistant coaches, Jim Hellier from North Salem. From Ashland, Jim Nagel. From South Medford, Larry Walker. And the old headbanger himself, one of the giant killers, Thurman Bell from Roseburg, and your honorary captain, Chris Bays.
Thanks, Ed. We'll be back with more from Civic Stadium right after this.
Inside and out, your home needs True Value hardware stores. Remove dirt and mildew with concentrated True Test house and siding cleaner, just $4.98 a half gallon. Their best quality 4-inch True Test paintbrush with Orel bristles is only $7.98. Protect with True Seal waterproofing coating by True Test. It's just $8.98 a gallon. And the new Empire Blacktop Roller Coater is only $7.77 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Can you name all 10 Ron Tonkin dealerships? There's Lincoln Mercury.
Eddie, not that way. This way. Hit it, boys.
Oh, Lincoln, Mercury, Mazda, Toyota, Honda, Dodge, Chevrolet, Geo, Gran Turismo, Prestige, Honda, Acura, and Suzuki.
Nice job, guys. Take 5.
Ron Tonkin, the bottom line.
Trend College has a proud history of commitment to excellence, training people for business for generations. The largest network of independent colleges in the Pacific Northwest, Trend gives students the latest technology and the confidence to succeed. Trend is committed to the future of their graduates and their communities. Trend College, where people change their lives.
If you're planning to build, remodel, or simply replace a faucet, this weekend the place to be is George Moreland Plumbing. It's our second annual tent sale.
We've got $1 million in excess inventory, like these Kohler designer bar sinks, $39. These slightly blemished shower stalls, $49.95. These complete three-piece bath sets, $119.95. All under the big top this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
Moreland Plumbing, the water heater king.
Brought to you in part by Tom Peterson's, the happy place to shop. Live from Civic Stadium, Coin TV Sports presents the 42nd annual North-South Shriners Hospital All-Star Football Game.
We're back at Civic Stadium. We're about to initiate the 1989 Shrine All-Star Football Game. The North will kick off. They'll be defending the goal to our south. To our left, on the television screen as well, defending the North goal. And with the football for the first time will be the South All-Stars. What kind of game might you be expecting, Tom?
Well, I think most football games start off a little cautious. However, this could be a little different. Thurman Bell told me he's going to put the ball up a little bit in the first series, so that's against his character, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. There's the whistle. Chad DeSoli of Glencoe will get us initiated here from the 40-yard line, and he squibs it. Picked up at about the 15-yard line. Donnie Johnson of Redmond with the football, tripped up as he crossed the 30-yard line. Moves it out to about the 34-yard line. Will be first down and 10 yards to go. 46 yards on the kickoff, 21 yards on the return by Johnson. So the South All-Stars will have their first chance at offense. First and 10 at the 34-yard line, and we'll test that theory, Tom. Scott Chaddock of Ashland will be the quarterback to initiate this first series. Bruce Willits of Ashland and Chad Busick of Redmond also in on the offensive set. Split backs. Now they move into the I formation. Man in motion is Schaefer. Back to pass. I guess he was telling you the truth. First offensive set. Incomplete. He was looking down the sidelines for Dave Eder of North Medford. He's a tight end, 6'5", 225 pounds. Probably caught the North by surprise. They didn't believe it, Coach.
Well, he overthrew him a little bit, but that's probably jitters on the first play. Thurman did say that both quarterbacks were nearly equal, and he planned on using both of them about the same amount of time in the ballgame.
Once again, Scott Chaddock out of Ashland is the quarterback. He's number 14. Host of Southern players on the South All-Star team, coached by Thurman Bell out of Roseburg. Chaddock's going to put it up again. This time he goes out to the left flat. Has the football, eludes one tackler coming back to the middle of the field. He's got some room before he's finally tripped up at about the 45-yard line of the North All-Stars.
Well, one thing you might want to look for, I don't know if you'll get a replay of that, but South came out in a four-wide receiver offense, and the North didn't pick up the halfback Jim Keller coming out of the left slot position.
There it is again on the replay. Picks up 19 yards, cut back swiftly. Got back deep into the secondary of the North All-Stars. First down of the game, and it goes to the South. They're first and 10 on the North 45-yard line.
We got the same thing here again. They're not picking up the slot. There he goes over.
Single back deep. And once again, Chaddock's going to the airways, and a little too high this time for Keller to pull down. Keller's out of Marshfield. He's 6'1" and 185 pounds.
Thurman told me that Jim Keller was the real surprise of their camp, that when he came into the camp, they really didn't have much expectations out of him as a starter, but he earned that spot in 10 days, and they think he's a great football player.
So 3 plays, 3 passes for the South All-Stars. I think we've had some games, Coach, we've gone a whole half without seeing 3 passes.
I know Thurman's gone a couple seasons without throwing passes.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball still at the 45-yard line. I formation again. Chaddock this time on the delay, straight up the middle. Keller with the football. He gets hit once at about the 43, dives forward to the 41-yard line, so he'll pick up about 4 yards on the play. Jim Keller out of Marshfield in on 3 of the first 4 plays here for the South All-Stars, and obviously bearing the confidence of Coach Thurman Bell. Wanted to see what he can do against the North defense, and so far done very well. But we got a third down, long situation, a little more than 6 yards to go. The ball, the nose, just about the 41-yard line. Keller's the deep man in the slot. Split down to the bottom of your screen is Chad Busick out of Redmond. He's number 21. Fakes the handoff, slips on the AstroTurf. Chaddock might have had a little opening at about the 41-yard line, but he slipped down, actually lost about a half a yard on the play. It'll bring up 4th down and just about 7 yards to go.
Well, a kicking game can always play a major part in any all-star game, and it's always interesting to see how it comes off.
So in punt formation back at about his own 44-yard line. And it's a fake. Chaddock goes to the airway, and I think he trapped the football. There's a penalty flag on the play as well. Number 17, Paul Guthrie, was back to take the fake snap. Chaddock went out to his left flat and underthrew his receiver, number 21, Chad Busick. But we have a penalty flag on the play as well.
Well, that was Joe Abbas as the up back in the double slot punt formation. And, you know, I looked at the line of scrimmage. I saw only 6 guys there, and Thurman had the 7th one hiding over there on the sidelines. That's the old hide 'em play, and I think they underthrew the pass, but there may be a penalty on the South anyway.
An unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Yep.
Motion penalty.
We have 12 men. Blue, illegal procedure. Red, replay the down.
It's right over.
Well, that works out well for the South All-Stars, certainly. Since the play was incomplete anyway, they'll have that 4th down opportunity back again instead of turning the ball over to the North on the 42-yard line. A little more conventional set this time. Back to receive the punt at about the 10-yard line. Fair catch is called for, and it's picked up at about the 5-yard line by Ian Shields of Oregon City, where the North will begin their first opportunity on offense. So 12 minutes, 37 seconds to go in the first quarter. No score here at Civic Stadium. We'll be back right after this.
All-Star Football Fever with that big screen color television for those big games on sale. Save $25, $50, $100. This Sharp 25-inch color TV only $2.99. A Sanyo 25-inch remote color TV only $3.99. RCA 26-inch remote color television only $4.99. Big 27-inch Sharp remote color television $5.99. Now that's Tom Peterson's.
Are all the car deals you're hearing about starting to run together? Then think Mazda and rethink Link. Competition for your car buying dollar is steep. That's why John Link competes with unbeatable prices and special factory incentives. Get $750 back on MX-6, 626, and Mazda pickup trucks. Get up to $600 back on the Mazda 323. When the competition is steep, we compete. John Link Mazda, where I-205 meets McLaughlin in Oregon City.
Back at Civic Stadium, where the North All-Stars will take their first crack at offense. And here's a look at the offensive set for Benson. Actually, that's Joe Bushman, not Bashman, as we have on the graphic on the screen from Benson, and he's a good one. Matt Jones out of Central Catholic at the tailback position. The fullback will be Jason Ingram, Ian Shields of Oregon City, Derek Baldwin of Benson, and Mark Bell of Glencoe for the wide receivers. So here we go. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball on the nose of the 6-yard line. Hand off to the first man through. And that's that young man from Central Catholic we were talking about. Number 22, Matt Jones. Picks up to about the 9-yard line. Pick up on maybe 3.5 yards.
Well, field position isn't particularly good for the North team right here, but I think they're going to probably try to run the ball as much as they can, and certainly in this situation, we'll probably see that. One thing to look for, Ian Shields is a quarterback out of Oregon City that's playing at slot back, so you might see something a little fancy.
And an outstanding quarterback, too, for Oregon City. I formation for the North. Bushman is the quarterback out of Benson. This time he does give to the first man through, number 45. Big kid, too. He's Jason Ingram out of Barlow High School, the fullback for the North All-Stars. He just cracks through and carries a couple of South All-Stars with him up to about the 14-yard line as they unstack it here.
He got smacked pretty good by somebody in there, but he did hold on to the ball. Crucial third down here for field position for the North.
Here's a look at it again, Coach.
Oh, number 30.
Just stuck him good.
That's Cale Wyardi from Churchill, and he's a tough kid. They really like him in the South camp.
So it's third down, along 2 yards to go for the North All-Stars. The ball is at the 14-yard line. Joe Bushman out of Benson is the quarterback. Pitches out to the Central Catholic Flash, and he got across the 20-yard line, but I'm not so sure he has enough for the first down. We'll have to take a look at it. That's Matt Jones running the tailback position. And they move the sticks, so he does have the first down on his great second effort. Takes him up to about the 23-yard line. We have a player down on the field at the moment.
That's Mark McDonald from South Medford, and you certainly hope we have no injuries in the game, and we hope Mark bounces up.
We hear a lot of things about this turf during all the activities of the season. You played on this a number of times with your Lake Ridge High School team. What's your evaluation of how this might affect football players? Is it as difficult and as hard as we hear about all the time?
Well, it is hard when you hit the turf, and I think that the most artificial surfaces are replaced every few years, and this one hasn't been for a while, so I think it's probably a little harder than most artificial surfaces are, but football's a tough game, and you get rocked and socked once in a while, and you just hope that Mark's okay, and I think he is. It looks like he's going to get up and be able to play again, I hope.
Mark McDonald, number 55. Let's take a look and see maybe how we can figure out how he got hurt on the play here. Well, it looks like he kind of got his leg caught under one of the North All-Stars going down and maybe twisted that ankle or knee a little bit.
It looked a little bit. It looked like Eric Smith from Lake Ridge was blocking him, and he might have got his foot caught in the turf, twisted a little bit, but he's going off on his own power. Again, I hope Mark will come back. Might look for something tricky now. They get a little bit of field position. Might see some kind of a reverse pass or something like that. I know they've been working on that.
So it's first down, 10 yards to go for the North. Got the same offensive set, fullback position, number 45 out of Barlow, Jason Ingram. And behind him, that outstanding scat back, Matt Jones out of Central Catholic. Well, we saw a little something different, Coach, but didn't work out.
Well, I tell you what, Tom Kern from Lebanon was in the huddle on that one. He sat over there waiting for that, made a great play. You know, Lebanon's had some great players over the last few years, and Don Tomlin has a great program going down
Here
there.
it is again. Ian Shields, the young man we talked about out of Oregon City High School, the quarterback, comes across from his split end position, takes the handoff, and he has a nice visitor awaiting him.
Picture perfect.
Didn't have an opportunity on that one. Great play by number 43, Tom Curran out of Lebanon. So second down and about 15 yards to go now for the North. Fakes the handoff. Bushman's back to pass, but he's pressured. Almost gets hammered down at about the 4-yard line. Finally does get it away, and it's tipped by one of his own men. I think he would have had an opportunity to hit number 22, Matt Jones. But the earlier man in the formation saw it, tipped it, and Jones was unable to come down with it.
Well, that was a little unfortunate. Joe did a good job of scrambling, getting away from the south rush, and anytime that happens, then you kind of abandon your patterns and run to the open area, and it looked like Mark Ingram thought the pass was for him.
You're going to be seeing a lot of Joe Bushman, I understand.
I hope so.
Joe, of course, going to Lewis and Clark College, where Tom is now the head coach. So we have third down, 15 yards to go for the North. First big yardage situation for them, and they play it safe right up the middle. Only get a couple of yards out of the play, but they're safe ones for Matt Jones at a Central Catholic, and that'll bring the punting team onto the field and give the South their second opportunity on offense. The ball is resting at about the 17-yard line.
Well, we had a little excitement on the first kicking situation of the game. Well, we'll see how we go on this one.
Back deep to receive for the South All-Stars, number 3, Brian Vendetta. He's from Lebanon High School. Also deep to receive, number 21, Chad Busick out of Redmond. He'll be to the bottom of your screen. Good snap, gets the kick away. It's a high one, the fair catch called for at the 38-yard line. And there it's taken by the South All-Stars, number 20, Billy Whitman out of North Salem, where they will have excellent field position in their second opportunity on offense. Inside North territory, only 25 yards on the punt, Tom, and no return, but you don't need too much when you start your own opponent's 43-yard line.
Well, that's right. They're almost in 4-down territory right now, and see Scott Chaddock's at quarterback again, and second series, maybe we'll see some fireworks.
The jitters should be over now.
I would think so.
First down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 43-yard line. Wide receivers top and bottom, and he goes to the bottom of the screen. It's picked up there by number 21, Chad Busick, who we just saw a moment ago on the punt situation. He hauls the ball down to the 31-yard line. So picks up a first down on his first opportunity with the football, and the South is starting to make noise.
Well, we have a penalty, and we'll check that and see what happens.
In the meantime, here's a look at the play again, Tom.
Little spot pass to Busick and makes a good cut, gets away from the North defender. Tuck that ball away, son.
But they're backing up. Looks like we're going to have a penalty against the South All-Stars. Let's listen for the call.
Ineligible receiver downfield, still first down.
Unfortunately, someone was joining him in the territory down there.
Well, illegal receiver. One of the linemen got a little eager and went downfield a little early to make a block.
So that'll back him up and make it first down and 15 yards to go. The ball now back at the 48-yard line, nullifying the first down opportunity by the South. Chad Busick still at the bottom of your screen in the wideout position. A couple more inches on his reach, he might have been able to pull that one down.
Well,
same position of the other play.
Yeah, that was a nice play. You know, Bill Dressel from Benson, head coach of the North, has been a man-to-man defensive coach ever since he's begun coaching, and it looks like we're going to have a good matchup tonight with the secondary of the North playing straight-up man against the South receivers.
Bring up second down, still 15 yards to go. Man in the slot for the South All-Stars is Paul Guthrie out of Roseburg. Number 21, Busick, still split out to the right side. Third down, and they go the other way. This time it's a pitch out and good yardage all the way out to about the 41-yard line. Perhaps across the 40-yard line.
Well, that's Keller again from Marshfield.
Gets a good block in front of him by number 34, Bruce Willits out of Ashland. Explodes for a few more yards.
He got the last 5 all by himself. He's a fine-looking young man.
And pushes it down to the 39-yard line. So it's still third down and about 7 yards to go. But they got a good hunk of that deficit back. Man in motion. Once again, boy. Talk about effort. Keller had a little left, Coach.
Yeah, he makes great cuts. He's got good vision. I can see why Thurman's very high on him.
Now he's right about where the yard marker is, and it's close enough for the first down. So they move it. They move the sticks again. The ball to 33. Keller's had 3 carries, 19 yards already. And as you mentioned, Tom, about 12 of them all due to his own effort.
Right.
So the South getting into scoring territory now. First down, 10 yards to go at the 33. Man in motion. There's Keller again. Keller doesn't want to give up. He goes across the 30-yard line, down to about the 28-yard line, so he picks up 4, maybe 4.5 on the play.
Yeah, Pete Pearson from David Douglas caught him from behind there with the reach to the back of the neck, or he might have broke that. Looks like Thurman's gone back to his normal personality here. We're seeing a lot of runs right now, and I think he feels confident about them. They're moving the ball well on the ground, and I look for him to keep it right there.
As long as they're picking up the yardage, may as well. So Chaddock bringing the South All-Stars up to the line of scrimmage at the 28-yard line. I formation. Busick once again split out to the bottom of your screen. Keller is the deep man in the I formation. And he goes to the top this time, and wide open is Paul Guthrie. Flag on the play. I think we may have a late hit out of bounds as he went out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. And we may see the North backed up a little further to the end zone. Let's see if we can pick it up again.
Well, like I said, they're probably going to keep it on the ground. That's why I'm coaching.
It's Paul Guthrie out of Roseburg. Let's see if we can see what happens at the end of this play.
Yeah, it might be a face mask right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right on top of it. Chaddock in passing is 2 for 5 for 32 yards.
Paul Guthrie played quarterback for the first half of the season last year at Roseburg, and they moved him to receiver, moved another kid in there, and ended up in the state finals. But Paul's a fine athlete, obviously.
First down.
Okay, half the distance to the goal line. That'll put the ball first and goal at the 5-yard line of the North All-Stars. And a quick look at Thurman Bell. Anxious to get in the end zone. Knock up 6 on the board. And Chaddock brings him out. 1st and goal. Keller again. Tripped up just at the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, he may have found the end zone. As it is, he gets to about the 2.5-yard line.
Well, he's got good feet and bounced to the outside after that hit in the backfield and was able to gain a couple yards. This is a tough area now. We're going to, looks like we're going to have a timeout.
But to talk about this one a little bit, you see the coaches going out to talk to their players. The North trying to figure out what to do. They're down to 2.5 yards away from falling behind in this All-Star game. We have 6:41 left to go in the first quarter. We'll be back with more from Civic Stadium. No score right now between the North and the South.
PG-13, now playing.
Announcing Pontiac's Excitement Countdown. Get your share of $200 million in factory cash back. Available on new Pontiacs now in dealer stock. Like up to $1,850 cash back on Grand Prix and Grand Am for qualified first-time buyers. Or get 2.9% GMAC financing on these hot new Pontiacs. Count on it during Pontiac's Excitement Countdown.
See Bill Copps, John Link, Herzog Meyer, Royal Moore, Jim Weston, Breslin, or Alan Hadley.
Oh, I think that'd be perfect.
Oh, yes. I like it. Oh, sure.
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be a good idea.
I mean, that's our family time.
Back at Civic Stadium where the South knocking at the door, and you can see why. 75 yards to 15 here in the first quarter, and they have the ball 2nd and goal on the North 2.5-yard line. Chaddock the quarterback. Bruce Willits is the fullback, and Keller, who's been doing the yeoman's work here in the first half, but it goes to Willits right across, and he's in for the touchdown.
Bruce Willits from Ashland is, here he comes. He's a heck of a fullback. Tough kid, had a great year down there. Broke a foot and missed part of the playoffs for Ashland, but real quality football player.
Bruce was watching Jim doing all the carrying of the ball. He said, let me have it just once. He made the most of it. Just bowled in for the touch. So it's 6-0 with 6:37 on the clock here in the first quarter, and they'll try to make it 7. Brent Berry out of South Medford will be attempting the point out after touchdown. It's up and good. 6:37 on the stadium clock, and the South leading the North by a 7-0 count. Coach, you saw a situation very similar to this last year.
Well, I did. Unfortunately, it stayed at 0 for us the whole ball game last year, but it's always interesting to get the first score on the board and see what happens. It'll be North's opportunity now to come back and see if they have some offense, and hopefully they'll get a little more field position out of it. And of course, the South wants to keep them pinned down for the rest of the ball game if they can.
And there's a look at Bill Dressel, the head coach of Benson, also the head coach of the North All-Stars, with his quarterback Joe Bushman, plotting out strategy for their second opportunity on offense. South will kick it off at their own 40-yard line. And deep for the North All-Stars, number 83, Derek Baldwin out of Benson High School, and number 81, Jeff Miller out of Barlow. Miller to the top of your screen.
A couple speed burners back there. Let's see if they get an opportunity to run. Short
Another squib kick. It's going to go to Baldwin, and Derek picks it up at about the 15-yard line. He has a big hole up the middle. Baldwin's got the quicks. He could go.
They won't catch Derek.
Give him 6. 83 yards. For Derek Baldwin of Benson High School, it took that long to equalize on the touchdown.
Well, that short kick, you never know. You know, sometimes the team running down to cover the kick, it causes more problems for them than it does the receiving team. Here, Derek just finds the opening, and there's nobody going to catch this kid.
Saw Derek a lot during practice. He's an outstanding receiver as well.
Well, he's just a great kid. He's a fun kid to have around. I had an opportunity to recruit him quite a bit, and he's just a great kid with a bubbling personality, and he'll keep you. There he goes. You'll see him having a whole lot of fun.
Did a little dance between his legs, and hey, I've got 6. So now the North will try and equalize the game with the point after touchdown. Number 16, Tony Robertson, his teammate at Benson High School, will try and split the uprights. That's a tight one.
Well, that one got through by an inch or two. I'd like to see a head-on shot of that, but I guess if it goes over the crossbar and between the uprights, it counts, right?
They count the same. We're tied at 7, 6:25 to go in the first quarter here at Civic Stadium. We'll be right back.
Are you for real?
Yeah. You interviewed 7 babysitters?
Just wait, you'll see. I bet you could write a book.
7? I'm not ready for this.
Well, I wouldn't leave them with just anybody.
No way.
Come on, kids, lunch. Besides, Jamie had to like her too. Go ahead, watch out. Beth. Yeah? What are you doing with that peanut butter? Running for president. Cute.
You're so choosy about sitters, and you'll give him that.
Guys, I grew up on this. Deprived child. Anyway, I never really thought about it. Think about it. Smell Jeff. You can't be serious. Do it. She's serious. Wow. Jeff smells more like fresh roasted peanuts.
Yeah.
It's gonna taste more like them too, right? It tastes more like them. Jeff's
peanut.
Yeah. This is amazing. Jamie, honey, here.
So tell me, how do you interview babysitters?
Very carefully.
For more fresh roasted peanut taste, choosy moms choose Jif.
Back at Civic Stadium, where the North has just tied the score, 7-7. Let's go down to the North sidelines and Ann Schatz. Ann?
Thanks very much, Rick. Boy, you talk about getting it back in a hurry. Derek Baldwin, what were you thinking when, well, heck, the ball touched just about everybody till it got to your hands and off you went?
Well, I guess I took it upon myself to do something to bring the team's spirits back. We're out here to play hard, and hopefully that's what we'll do now.
You had a little bit of an opening. That's all you needed, huh?
It's really, you can't say it's me. It's the line. The guys who block, they did an excellent job.
You dream about this kind of thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I never thought it happened to me.
Oh, what a great, great moment for you, and way to tie the ball game up. Derek Baldwin out of Benson. Back up to you, Rick. Great, great run back.
Nice little wink there, Derek. You deserve it, huh? Tie the score at 7. And now the North kicking off to the South. Receiving for the South at the bottom of your screen, Donnie Johnson, number 1, and number 23, Jim Keller, who just does everything for the South All-Stars. He's at the top of your screen at about the 8-yard line.
Well, it could happen again. We got a couple speed burners on the south side.
And Johnson out of Redmond takes this one. He's up to the 20-yard line, the 25. He's cutting outside. Oh, great tackle. At about the 28-yard line, he's brought down. He was trying to find that sideline. 54 yards on the kickoff, 22 yards on the return. And the South will have the football at about the 28-yard line. See if we have any changes on offense yet for the South.
Joe Abbas at quarterback from Redmond High School.
So his first opportunity at quarterback. Going through the same backfield set. And it's Keller with the football. He tries to find the outside seam. Gets a little bit of room before he's finally rolled out of bounds at about the 35-yard line by number 12, Ian Shields out of Oregon City. But he picks up 8 yards on the play.
Well, they got around the corner. They got a great block by the tight end. I believe that was Dave Eder from North Medford, and sealed the corner, and around he went.
Number 20, Billy Whitman out of North Salem coming in, bringing in the play from the sidelines for Coach Thurman Bell. On the second down play from the 35-yard line.
The second one. It's a good play-action pass down. We'll see what happens.
Once again, Joe Abbas, the quarterback. His first series at quarterback here in the 1989 Shrine Game. Fakes to Keller, pitches out to his His up back, who broke out of the backfield, that was number 34, of course, Bruce Willits out of Ashland. Just a little too high for him.
Well, Coach Dressel was really singing the praises of John Massey all week long, and he came a fingernail away from picking that off and going into the end zone. He's a big, strong kid going to Rich Brooks' program down in Eugene.
So that brings up third down, still short yardage, less than 2 yards to go. Paul Guthrie out of Roseburg is split to the top of your screen. Willits once again the fullback. Keller in at tailback. Keller gets the football off left tackle. Finds an opening there. Has the first down easily. Gets up to about the 43-yard line before he is finally brought down by the North All-Stars. Number 38, Brent Hedrick out of Rex Putnam High School. But it's a first down. And they've been moving the ball very efficiently here.
Well, they sure have. They've done a great job of mixing it up. They've thrown the ball enough to keep the North defense off balance a little bit and just keep giving the ball to 23.
Addis brings him up. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 43-yard line. Willits and Keller still your deep backs. A little quick pass out to Guthrie of Roseburg, but he was feeling the pressure and got the ball a little too short.
Well, I'm not sure that wasn't tipped by somebody in that North defensive line. Looked like they made some penetration there and might have tipped that ball.
One thing about this North team, they are a lot larger than most North teams that we've seen the last few years. Traditionally, you always think of the South team being the large team and the Cooks on the North. This year, they've got a pretty good balance of both. Second half. Pitch it to Keller. He's got to the 35-yard line. He's pulled down from behind. David Smith out of Reynolds High School. Number 56 in blue.
Gary Stouts told me the other day at practice that he thought young Smith from Reynolds was the most unsung type player, I guess you might call him, from the North squad. Had really played well in the practice and looked for him to have a good game. There was a good example of it.
It's like Lawrence Taylor out there in that blue uniform. 56 hauls him down. Third down, 7.5 yards to go. Man in motion, going for the pass, but he's hit from behind. Still got the ball away, and there's a flag on the play as well.
Chad DeSully from Glencoe High School put the pressure on. Hard to throw the ball when you got a big, strong guy in your face.
And it's against the South All-Stars. It's amazing you got this football away at all. Hello.
Well, he got two-timed. He got Chad DeSully came from the front side and Matt Jones from the back side. Matt Jones, very versatile player. He can play defense as he is here, outside linebacker, and obviously a very good running back at tailback going to the University of Washington. He's out of Central Catholic.
The penalty is turned down by the North All-Stars. They'll take the football. Deep to receive the anticipated punt, number 12, Ian Shields out of Oregon City, and number 40, Ed Netter from Canby. Fair catch called for by Shields, but it just bounces into the end zone, and the North will take over. First down, 10 yards to go at their own 20-yard line.
That's quite a kick. Paul Guthrie was the all-state punter out of Roseburg High School, and there's an example of it right there. He kicked that ball about 60 yards. 54 to be exact. Coaches exaggerate, a little bit. They've been known to do that.
First down, 10 yards to go for the North. We're all even here at Civic Stadium, tied at 7. The South grinding out the touchdown, and then the North getting it back on one touch of the football by a young man from Benson High School, Derek Baldwin. Good example of pursuit there. Kenneth Vaughn out of Benson had no place to run with that football. Rolled out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Actually loses a couple of yards on the play.
Well, Brent Berry, here comes the replay. You'll see Brent Berry from South Medford, and I believe another player in there.
He's slowed down by Cale.
Cale Wyarty again.
Second down, 12 yards to go. Jeff Miller of Barlow split to the top of your screen. And Joe Bushman didn't have any opportunity at all. Went back looking to pass, and instead all he saw was that big red jersey of Malcolm Vukcic of Roseburg High School.
Well, we're going to have a motion penalty on the North team, but I'm sure the South will decline it. Thing you usually find in these kind of games is the team generally takes the personality of the coach, and I expect to see a very aggressive South football team. Thurman, of course, is
Illegal
as everyone
motion,
knows.
blue, refused, third down.
As everyone knows, is a very, very competitive and excellent football coach. Who's probably one of the more experienced Shrine coaches in the world.
He's going to try to catch you now.
Well, he told me the other day, in fact, he was talking to the kids, and he said something about, excuse me, I get a little more tense as we get closer to the game. And, you know, as he was popping the veins in the neck. I think that was Monday.
Jeff Miller once again split to the top of your screen. They may look for him now. It's third down, 19 yards to go. Tony Robertson of Benson is the deep man in the eye. He has the football, fakes it to the end around, but it's no fooling the South All-Stars. He is pulled down at about the 12-yard line. Among those in on the tackle for the South All-Stars, number 18, Sean Moore out of Churchill High School. Look at Kenneth Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Ken had a tender knee throughout the practice. He watched a little bit with ice packs on his leg. But when he's healthy, he's another speedster for those Benson Tickmen. So punting from his own end zone now. Not a particularly deep punt. Fair catch called for at the 37-yard line, and that's where it's taken as well by Brian Vendetta of Lebanon High School. And South will have its best field position yet to start a drive at the 38-yard line. Only 26 yards, Tom, on the punt.
Well, they're having a little trouble punting the ball. It's always a little harder to punt it out of your end zone. But the South certainly has field position. 4 down territory once again.
And Abbas is still the quarterback. He came in on the last series and moved the team until they were stalled by penalties at midfield. First man through gets the football. That's number 40 for the South All-Stars, Damon Schaefer out of Thurston High School. His first opportunity to touch the pigskin.
Well, a pretty good play by Jeff Peters out of Putnam High School right there.
Peters keeps him to a yard on the play. Be second down, 9 yards to go. Ball just inside the 37-yard line. Paul Guthrie of Roseburg split to the top of your screen. Chad Busick of Redmond is to the bottom of your screen. Schaefer's the lone setback. And was looking for the man coming across the middle, but way too high for Brian Vendetta of Lebanon to pull it down.
Chad looks a little anxious right now. He's throwing the ball a little high, and he settles down. He'll do fine coming out of a Redmond program in the state semifinals. I believe he led the state in touchdown passes last year.
Well, Scott Chaddock is back in for Ashland for the South All-Stars. South is only 2 for 9 passing, but Chaddock is back in at quarterback. Abbas is back on the sidelines. So third down now, 9 yards to go. We'll see if Chaddock still has the magic. He, of course, led them to their touchdown earlier in the quarter. He's got the high number again. Paul Guthrie unable to pull that one down. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar may have had a shot at it.
Well, again, it was a little high, but defender was right there, and well, this will be interesting.
Well, the South quarterbacks are feeling the pressure a little bit more than they have the last couple of years from these big North linemen.
Well, I think they're. Yeah, I believe that's correct. I believe they got a hand in the face most of the time.
So the North anticipating the football at about their 10-yard line. Might be anticipating too much again. See if they can stop it. It goes into the end zone. They're going to have a hard time taking care of his punts. Paul Guthrie out of Roseburg, who Tom mentioned earlier, one of the best there is. Puts it into the end zone, and the North will start on their own 20-yard line, although we do have a little hanky out on the field, Tom.
Well, looks like it's going to be against the South, and I would expect the North to refuse this one and take the ball on the 20.
Talking it over 36 yards and that punt into the end zone. Guthrie now averaging 45 yards in the punting category. That's about 20 more than his North counterpart. Here's one for your trivia notebook. Most touchdowns in a single game, Sam Baker, 5.
Sam Baker can play. Probably can still play.
Probably still can.
I believe that might have been the first Shrine game I saw, and that was a few years ago.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
Joe Bushman still in at quarterback. They have the opportunity to try and punch another one in now. First down and 10 yards to go at their own 20-yard line. 1:58 here to go in the first quarter. Maybe too much time.
Well, I think the left guard jumped there.
You're right. Illegal procedure. That'll knock him back 5 yards. Not the way to start the series with time running down. What would you anticipate the North doing here with the second look at the football deep in their own territory? They've demonstrated some quicks, but...
Well, they haven't had the ball in ideal field position yet, and they're going to be a little conservative down there. I haven't seen, has Joe thrown the ball yet? Don't believe he has.
Don't believe he has.
Well, we're about ready to air one out, I think, maybe.
All right, there's the call. You make the call.
Four-yard pass to the fullback.
I'm not so sure that qualifies.
Well, if you hand it off on the left side, it's a pass, right?
I see. That puts the ball up to the 18-yard line. Picks up maybe a yard on the play. So it's still second down, about 12 yards to go. South All-Stars will just soon keep him down there.
Well, yeah, you know, North's going to have to make a play here pretty soon, get a first down, get out of this field position that they've had the whole ball game. They may have to take a chance sooner or later.
Derek Baldwin, who scored the touchdown, is in as one of the wideouts. He's coming to the bottom of your screen. In that fullback for the first time this series, Jason Ingram out of Barlow High School. And we've got another Yankee on the field. Now they get a delay game.
Well, they're a little confused. It might be wise right now to take a timeout and get things settled down a little bit. They're having a little trouble getting it going.
Well, that's going to push him back, Tom, to about the 13-yard line. Second down, 17 yards now to go. This Bushman, we were talking to Joe last week, and he said confidence was probably the biggest change in his game over last year. Winning the state championship has a lot to do with that. You could definitely tell he was the leader out of the field during practice for the North All-Stars. Big hole on the delay up the middle. And just pounding the turf, saying, I wanted more, I wanted more.
Well, we're going to get a replay of that, but that was a nice run off a little counter action by
Matt Jones, Central Catholic.
Right, here we go. Nice cut right there. This might be a big play-saving tackle right there, too, by Billy Whitman out of North Salem, Jim Hellier's program up there.
11 yards in that play, takes it out to the 24-yard line. You saw him pounding the turf. He wanted more. Despite that play, they still have 7 yards to go for the first down because of the double penalty. Bushman going to the air. He has an opening, but only gets about a few yards on the play. Up to about the 30-yard line, and a late hit, and there's a yellow flag on the play. And I think that is really going to hurt the South All-Stars. Number 87, Mark Bell, had just a short gainer on the play.
Well, it looked like he was real close to the first down.
Now he should have it.
Right across the line, you're going to see a South player get a little too excited and jump in there a little late right there with the helmet first. And that's a penalty.
Number 74, Malcolm Vucic from Roseburg. Do you think he wants to go to the sidelines and see his coach, Thurman?
He probably wants to stay away from the sideline. Now, here's an interesting deal there. Mark Bell is the receiver on the play. His father is wearing a red shirt and coaching the South team over there. And,
I have a face map.
So,
red, first down.
Thurman probably has a little mixed emotions about that. He likes to see his son do well, and yet he's too much of a competitor to want him to do too well.
Look at the north sideline, intently watching this drive, moving out of the shadow of their own end zone. 5 seconds to go before the end of the quarter, and I don't think we'll get this snap off. That's it. We've played through one quarter at Civic Stadium. The North All-Stars and the South All-Stars battling to a 7-all tie. When we come back to Civic Stadium, the North All-Stars will have the football at their own 47-yard line. We'll be right back.
Bernstein's took the tang of Italian dressing and introduced it to the rich smoothness of ranch. New Bernstein's Ranch Italian, the richer, smoother Italian. Bernstein's, where others skimp, we splurge.
We've asked these stews which stew they prefer, Dinty Moore or the Northwest's own Nally Big Chunk.
Nally.
Nally. Nally. Stews know stews, and stews choose Nally. Now in microwave cups.
Nally.
Nothing quenches your thirst like the light, clean citrus taste of Diet Squirt with 100% NutraSweet. Give your thirst a squirt.
Don't they know I need a lot more than price claims? I need a store that's convenient. A store that gives me selection and good fair prices. A store that saves me time and money. A store I can trust. I guess some people like to shop around, but for me, there's only one place to shop.
Denture wearers, it's me, the Fresh Mouth, with some really fresh news. New Super Strength Polident has a minty mouthwash ingredient and now controls tartar for an even better clean. Look, new Polident cleans tough stains, actually helps prevent tartar from building up, and freshens up dentures with that great minty mouthwash ingredient. Fantastic! So listen to Martha. Try the new Super Strength Polident Green. It's a better mouth freshening clean. Ah.
We're back at Civic Stadium, about to start the second quarter of play. The North with the football at their own 46-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go, and we're all even in the Shrine All-Star game, tied at 7. Joe Bushman still the quarterback for the North All-Stars. He hands off to Keller, and Keller gets about 3 yards on the play, up to about the midfield stripe before he's finally wrestled down by a couple of members from the South All-Stars.
Again, Matt Jones out of Central Catholic, running straight ahead behind that big offensive line. Well, Jim Nagel from Ashland is coaching the defense for the South, and he's done a great job, obviously. And North finally has the ball in field position, so we'll see what happens.
Here's a look at the first quarter statistics, Tom. And you can see the yards rushing certainly dominated by the South. But the one statistic we don't see is 83 yards on a kickoff return by Derek Baldwin. Bushman going up top, almost picked off. And you can see the look of frustration on the face of number 67, Paul Van Buskirk of Springfield High School, who got turned around at the last moment when the ball was getting there. Otherwise, had a clean shot at an interception.
But one of the things you tell a quarterback, one of the first things you say is never throw the ball late down the middle. And Joe got a little rushed and fired it late down the middle, almost got it picked off.
So it's third down and 6 yards to go for the North All-Stars. Matt Jones is the tailback, Ingram still the fullback, and split to the top of your screen for the North All-Stars, number 87, who Tom talked about earlier, Mark Bell out of Glencoe. And Bushman swings out and looks for the short man in the play. Great defensive effort by the South All-Stars, number 30, Cale Wyardi of Churchill High School.
Making a habit of that.
He is. Takes the ball back down, actually, to the original line of scrimmage. See if we can look at that one again on replay. We have a player down on the field.
Well, that's Tony Robertson that's down. Looks like an ankle. Could be a cramp, the way they're tugging on his toe there.
Robertson was the man with the football at the time. We talked about him earlier, playing on that state championship team. And I said he had a little problems with his ankles and knees during the regular season. Recognize that guy right there. You'd like to be out playing golf. Same thing you would do right now, wouldn't you?
Well, I had an opportunity to see Peter over in Troon here a week or so ago, and you know, he's a class guy, and real credit to this part of the country, and he's a sports fan.
You saw him over at the British Open.
Well, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about football.
Tom was waiting back there with the regular gallery for about an hour watching Peter Jacobson and finally decided, heck, I can walk through there. I don't need a tag. And he did.
Well, again, Tony's coming. It looks like maybe it's more serious than a cramp. I hope not. A fine young athlete from Benson going to San Diego State on a baseball scholarship.
Great athlete. Just a great athlete all the way around. So this is a punting situation now for the North All-Stars. And if everything goes according to plan, it should be another opportunity for great field position for the South. Deep to receive for the South All-Stars in the middle. Brian Vendetta, he signals for the fair catch and takes it at about the 26-yard line where the South will take over. First down and 10 yards to go. We're all tied up in the Shrine All-Star game, tied at 7. Only 27 yards once again on the punt for the North.
Well, that time Brent got a little bit of a bad snap and did a good job just to get it off. And in that kind of a situation, you just want to get the kick off.
There's a look at Thurman Bell, the head coach for the South All-Stars. Head coach out of Roseburg High School. And Scott Chaddock, who came in relief of Joe Abbas in the last series, is starting this series for the South All-Stars. First down, 10 yards to go. Ends off to the first man through, gets up to about the 31-yard line before they unstack it there. And, of course, number 34, Bruce Willits out of Ashland. So he picks up about 5 yards on the play. Ball just outside the 31-yard line. He's back there with Jim Keller again out of Marshfield, who's done yeoman's work here in the first quarter. Pat Hurst and McKay, wide receiver, split to the bottom of your screen. Chaddock, the quarterback. Keller's the man in the slot to the top. Chaddock's back to pass. That one's batted down.
Well, that was number 73, Jason Close from Newburgh, and he's a load. He's a big kid, about 6'5" and 260, something in that range.
And Jeff Peters of Putnam was right next to him at 6'2", 225 pounds. The dynamic duo. So it'll bring up a third down with the ball still just inside the 30, 31-yard line. Officials want to talk about things a bit. There's the numbers on Scott. Well, one thing was right. Thurman Bell told you they'd be throwing the football more, and they certainly have been doing that, but not real successfully. Here's a call down the field.
Hold the clock for 15 seconds on the next play, please. Thank you.
Sure, anything we can do to help.
Well, they have thrown the ball a bunch, but they're going to have to protect the quarterback a little bit better. Both Chaddock and Joe Abbas have had the North defensive lineman in their face all night long.
There's a look at the stadium clock. 12 minutes, 30 seconds to go until halftime. Tied at 7. Third down. About 6 yards to go for the South All-Stars. Chaddock is the quarterback. Gets the first man through, and I don't think that fooled anybody. Willits was just creamed the minute he touched the football. And they take a huge loss on the play. Even if they give him his motion, it's back to about the 27-yard line.
Now that was Jake Sturmer out of Ron Linehan's program over at Sunset.
Put the big hit on him.
Was not fooled by the trap.
So the punt will go from about their 14-yard line, and the North, you say, should get excellent field position here with the way he's been punting. You never know. But this is not the boomer it has been. In fact, it takes a North bounce out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. So this may be the best opportunity the North has to start a series on offense. We have 11 minutes, 59 seconds to go before halftime, and the North and the South remain tied at 7.
When you were a kid, you wanted your bike to sound like a car. Nowadays, you'd like your car to be as quiet as that old bike. So use a gasoline that can do a better job quieting knocks. One that's 2 octane higher than regular unleaded. Unical's 89 octane.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hi, Murph.
It's the great game last night.
Gee, thanks.
Announcing Pontiac's Excitement Countdown. Get your share of $200 million in factory cash back. Available on new Pontiacs now in dealer stock. Like up to $1,850 cash back on Grand Prix and Grand Am for qualified first-time buyers. Or get 2.9% GMAC financing on these hot new Pontiacs. Count on it during Pontiac's Excitement Countdown.
See Bill Copps, John Link, Herzog Meyer, Royal Moore, Jim Weston, Breslin, or Alan Hadley.
We're back at Civic Stadium with about 12 minutes to go here till halftime, and the score tied at 7. The North now with their best offensive series point of initiation anyway at the 44-yard line. Joe Bushman has gone all the way at quarterback. High formation, he's going up top. I don't know how he held on to that football.
Well, that's Mark Bell again, I believe, out of Glencoe, Greg Rooker's program.
One hand in there. At the time, you look at it again on replay. It was an excellent defensive job, actually. The hand was in there, and somehow Mark was able to hold on to the football anyway. I guess that comes from fatherly advice.
Probably early in his career.
Second down now, 2 yards to go. The North just across the midfield stripe at the South 48-yard line. To do it for the first down, number 43 on the carry, John Sandstrom. His first opportunity to touch football first, outside running back out of Gresham. Let's go down to the north sidelines now and Ann Schatz. Ann?
Thanks very much, Rick. Jason Close out of Newburgh High, the big nose guard for the North team. Jason, you guys are really starting to play tough at the line of scrimmage. Defense is keeping your squad in it.
Yeah, that's about what it is right now because of the offensive line. Obviously, doesn't seem like they're ready for the hard hitting of the South, but I hope I get out there so I can play a little bit.
You had a great sack a couple of minutes ago on Chaddock, and I thought that really set the tone for your guys. Everybody seems really psyched.
Well, momentum is a big part of the game, and if you don't have momentum, you don't win football games. So that's what we got to look for in the defensive line to keep people up.
Thanks, Jason. Keep it up, and we'll talk to you a little bit later, hopefully. Bye-bye. Rick, up to you.
Thanks a lot, Ann. Joe Bushman going up top on that play to number 81, Jeff Miller out of Barlow. Overshot him as well down at about the 20-yard line. That'll bring up a third down on the play. Interesting running back situation for the North All-Stars in the last series. John Sandstrom out of Gresham High School. One of the running backs and a longtime rival from Barlow High School, number 45, Jason Ingram, in the up back as the fullback. And there they are. Two rivals from East County, now teammates here on the North Shrine All-Star team. It's a fake that time, and we got a little wide receiver option play. We saw this in practice, and it went for a touchdown there, and almost went there. We do have a flag on the play. It was intended for number 12 of the North All-Stars, Ian Shields. We watched that in practice up at Lewis and Clark College. Bill says, don't show this play on the tube. Don't show this play on the tube. It's going to go for 6. Well, it almost did, but a good defensive play, but maybe not quite good enough. We'll see.
Well, there was a couple good defensive plays there. I don't know what they're going to call down there. Maybe pushing and pass interference, but here we can see it right there. I tell you what, folks,
I don't know.
That's a pretty good play right there. They both have a right to the ball, but that's a decision that those referees have to make, and they're not the easiest ones in the world.
And, of course, if you were on the sideline, you would repeat that theory just as calmly then as you would right now.
Definitely.
But it is an interference call against the South All-Stars, and so the North will move the football. Not as far as they would like, I think.
No, they don't get it at the spot, and
What do they get, about 10 yards now?
Well, I believe that's 15 yards.
15 and first down. Well, they're setting the stakes. Let's go down to the south sidelines and Ed Whalen. Ed?
Hey, Rick, we're talking to Scott Chaddock, one of the North South quarterbacks. What are you trying to do in there?
Well, we're trying to mix up the run and the pass, but our backside protection isn't doing so hot right now. And hopefully at halftime we'll be able to correct it.
I got a feeling you're going to see that Roseburg offense in the second half run the football.
Hopefully real soon.
Okay. Back up to you, Rick.
Sounds like he's not real pleased with the offense he's running right now.
Well, Scott's a little anxious there and probably been hit one or two too many times. And
like to hand the ball to somebody else.
Yeah, hand it to him and get out of the way. He's a fine player out of Ashland High School. Had a great senior season down there.
Well, of course, it is an automatic first down, and as you mentioned, Tom, it was 15 yards, so the ball moves down to the 31-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the North All-Stars. Pitch back to the tailback. That's Kenneth Vaughn out of Benson. And Kenny moves it down to just outside the 30-yard line.
And Billy Whitman, again out of North Salem, coming up to make the tackle from the corner position.
Second down, 9 yards to go. The ball just outside the 30-yard line. Split to the top of the screen goes Jeff Miller out of Barlow High School. And number 87, Mark Bell, split to the bottom of the screen. And Bushman is going up top, looking for the man coming out of the slot, but it's broken up by a pair of South defenders. First in there, number 20, Billy Whitman again, who we talked about just a moment ago. And Cale Wyarty of Churchill High School, who's 5 foot 11 inches tall, and they both came in on the play and broke that one up. They'll bring up a third down at the 31-yard line.
That was a big play for the North team. First chance their offense has had to move the ball into scoring position. They need a big play.
Kenneth Vaughn and Jason Ingram, the setbacks, behind Joe Bushman, and Joe is going on top again. He's got a receiver, and once again, a good defensive play. Hitting him from both angles, breaks it up.
Both those last two balls were catchable. Looked like Jeff Miller had a chance to catch that one, but South kids made a good play. Got a penalty.
We'll wait for the call. Otherwise, we have a fourth down coming up for the North. Here's the play again. Miller trying to pull it in.
Boy, Billy Whitman, great play. That's picture-perfect defense. Got that left hand in on the ball and kept his right hand off the receiver.
Sean Moore also into the play. Coming from across the field. He, of course, is out of Churchill High School.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike blue after dead ball play. It'll be fourth down.
Dead ball penalty there. Still have fourth down. What do you do here, Coach? Try to squib it?
Well,
we're on the 30-yard line. They have 10 yards to go, so first down is going to be a tough one.
I think they're going to get a penalty. That's going to back that up a little bit, I believe. Oh, both teams unsportsmanlike. Well,
we got both teams on the play, and we have the two coaches talking about it now because I wonder if we'll have some players ejected as a result of this. There's Thurman Bell talking to the referee. Looks like Malcolm Vukcic out of the South All-Stars in on it with Mark Owens, number 77 for the North.
Well, that would be unfortunate. Been my experience in this game in the past that they never eliminated kids for the game. They may set them out for a series or the rest of the quarter and let them cool off and come back and have an opportunity to play.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on them and see what happens as far as their participation is concerned because we haven't heard from the umpire.
Well, fourth down on the 31 All-Star game, I suppose you go for it. Might do it anyway.
You would.
Might do it anyway. Well, for me, it would make a difference which 30-yard line we were on.
That's right. What down it was.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not sure we're getting more from the men in stripes out there as to the players' participation, so let's assume for the moment everything is okay there. We have fourth down, though, 10 yards to go at the 31. And so far, they're thinking like you. No real surprise. Robertson and Ingram the setbacks, but of course he's going to the airways. Goes out to the short man, Ian Shields. Shields doesn't have a shield. He is decked at about the 33-yard line.
Wyarty.
Cale Wyarty.
Watch this hit by the young man from Churchill. He is a great defensive football player.
Good day. Let's look at that one again. I think we have another angle on that one, too. That is a stick.
Yeah, you don't teach it any better than that. Right there. Put that one on the highlight film.
So the South All-Stars will take over. They have the football at their own 33-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Pitch out goes to Jim Keller, and Keller takes it up to about the 36-yard line. Let's go down to the south sideline now and Ed Whalen. Ed?
Got a young man down here has gone crazy as a mad dog in a meat house. Cale Waiardi, you mad out there? What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I'm playing, man. They're picked to win all week, and we're like nobody, and I'm proving it right now that we're somebody.
Yeah, that's that long touchdown got you guys fired up too, didn't it?
Oh yeah, that really burned us up, but we came back and we're ready to go.
Yeah, knock them dead, buddy.
Oh, you bet.
All right, man. All right, back up to you. I love it, man. I love that kind of football.
Okay, Ed. Joe Abbas is back in at quarterback for the South All-Stars on this series. He pitches it out, and it looks like we're looking for a little halfback option. His man is out there, but he's being hounded. And I mean hounded by number 38 for the North All-Stars, Brent Hedrick, out of Rex Putnam High School. No opportunity to complete that play. He saw that developing as he swung out, and he hesitated for a moment because he saw the coverage and went for it anyway.
Well, I don't think Brent was fooled at all on that play. Boy, this has turned into a heck of a defensive struggle, and Cale Waiardi, the DB from Churchill's, had 4 unassisted tackles for the South, and I know Hedrick's been in maybe that many plays for the North.
We saw Tony Robertson go out of the game earlier. You can see he's being worked on the sidelines right now, and we hope that that knee or ankle injury is not a severe one. So Abbas, the quarterback, hands off to the first man through. Not a lot of yardage, perhaps up to the 40-yard line. Pick up by number 34, Bruce Willits, out of Ashland. Let's go down to the north sidelines now and add shots. Ann?
Well, love to tell you what's going on, and I think I will. Tony Robertson went out of the ball game 2 series ago for the North, running back out of Benson. Things are not looking good for Tony right now. Possible fracture of the left ankle. Obviously out for the remainder of the ball game. Right now we're just keeping our fingers crossed that it's a severe sprain. Tony Robertson, who is also a great baseball player, is in obvious pain, and hopefully things will work out okay for him. Rick and Tom, back to you.
Well, thanks, Ann. Sorry for that report. We hope that is not the case, but obviously he is in severe pain down on the sidelines there, and he is an outstanding athlete. So the South will put the football away. Fair catch called for at about the 34-yard line. And it's picked up there, and that's where they'll start. Picked up by number 40, Ed Netter, out of Canby High School. .26 yards for Guthrie, now averaging 36 yards a punt. He had like 27 on the one before, so the average is going down a little bit, Tom.
Well, he might want to move his right hand a little bit over on the club and see if he can't keep from slicing the ball.
I knew you'd have that kind of advice.
I don't know a thing about kicking, I guarantee you that.
Joe Bushman has gone all the way at quarterback for the North All-Stars from Benson Tech. He's in there again. Hands off to the young man from Central Catholic. Doesn't have a lot of room. Matt Jones does the best with what he has, though. Takes the ball up to about the 34.5-yard line.
Lane Kling out of Springfield, big tackle, defensive tackle, made a heck of a play right there. And this is a rock'em sock'em football game right now.
Good look at Matt Jones as he walks back to the huddle for the North All-Stars. We're tied at 7 if you're just joining us here at Civic Stadium. We have 7 minutes, 25 seconds to go until halftime. The South scoring on a drive just 5 minutes into the contest. And then the North coming back on a tremendous kickoff return by Derek Baldwin out of Benson High School. So Bushman with the I formation, fakes the pitch out, goes up top. There he has his man, number 83, Derek Baldwin, we just talked about a moment ago. And I mentioned he's an outstanding receiver. Pulled down some unbelievable balls during practice.
Well, he's, of course, played at Benson with Joe, and I'm a little surprised it's taken him a little over a quarter and a half to get the ball in his hands from scrimmage. He's a game breaker.
Now, you recruited him pretty actively for Lewis and Clark and came awfully close until they decided to win the state championship, and a few more people were watching this young man.
Well, he was responsible for a lot of that, and Pokey picked him up at Portland State, and he's got himself a gem.
Number 81, Jeff Miller, split to the top of your screen, still with the I formation and the slot back. Bushman fakes the handoff again. This time Miller has the football. Miller had the football. It's dropped now at the 45-yard line, and it looks like the South has recovered the football. The first turnover of the game. Miller had it pop loose as he cut inside and covered by the South All-Stars, and they have the first turnover of the game. Number 7, it looks like Tom got his hand in and broke that loose. Chad Paulson.
Chad Paulson out of Mountain View. Nice play.
Comes in from behind, gets his hand right on the right arm and knocks it off. So the South will see if they can take advantage. First down, 10 yards to go. They're at the 45-yard line. First man up the middle, off guard, just maybe gets a yard or two. Number 40, Damon Schaefer of Thurston High School, up to about the 48-yard line. Give him a pickup of 2 yards on the play. He's 5'11", 190 pounds. In the backfield with Jim Keller out of Marshfield.
That was Jason Close again out of Newburgh, and Jason stays close to the ball carrier.
Chad Busick of Redmond split to the top of your screen. Abbas, the quarterback, pitches out to Keller. Keller, following his lead blocker, gets 10, gets 12. Fumble on the play. It's recovered by the South All-Stars, though. Good effort trailing the play at the 35-yard line. It was a loose football, but it looks like number 75 for the South All-Stars, Mike Bailey out of North Medford, covered the football.
Actually, I think that might have been Paul Guthrie from Roseburg, number 17 down at the bottom.
Here it is again. Keller with the football. Has a nice opening here. Faced one man. Almost pulled down. Cuts towards the middle. And then the ball is knocked loose, as you mentioned, by number 73, Jason Close of Newburgh. But it's covered, and they have the ball. First down and 10 yards to go at the 35-yard line. Abbas, the quarterback, once again out of the I formation. Keller with the football. Keller's hauled down from behind by number 94, Jeff Peters, out of Putnam High School, 6'2", 225 pounds. Keller getting still 3 yards on the play. Seems like there's no way to stop that guy altogether.
Well, he's a heck of a football player, obviously, and make a name for himself tonight. Somebody's going to recruit him.
Joe Abbas, the quarterback. Keller's the deep man in the eye. This time, Abbas fakes to the first man, keeps it himself. Turns out to be a good play because he's in for the first down to about the 23, perhaps the 24-yard line. Joe Abbas, the quarterback. Number 12. A little shaky on his first series, but he's starting to get his game together now.
Well, that was a good play. That's the Veer play out of Thurman's playbook, right out of the first page. And Joe ran it like he'd been down at Roseburg all the time instead of at Redmond.
So the South now threatening to take the lead in the football game. Joe's getting his helmet worked on a little bit there. Keller and Willits are in the eye behind Abbas. And Keller gets the football, looking for it. Has a good block by Willits. Gets through to about the 22-yard line, picks up 2 yards on the play. Bruce allowing him to get those 2 yards. Not a bad lead blocker either. 195 pounds.
70 yards now for Keller on the night. Boy, Dave Eater from North Medford is doing a great job on those end sweeps, hooking the outside linebacker for the North. He's a big, strong kid, headed for Pokey's program here at Portland State.
So I look at the South sidelines. Were they serious or what? Second down. 9 yards to go. Abbas is the quarterback. Fakes to Willits, and he did not fake number 75 for the North All-Stars.
Well, I think that was a busted play. Looked like somebody went the wrong way, either the fullback or the quarterback, because
Chad DeSully was right there saying hello.
Yeah. A big play now for the South. Keep this drive alive.
Third down, 8.5 yards to go. The ball just outside the 21-yard line.
I think they'll try to get the ball to Keller.
Not a bad choice.
They got him up in the slot.
He's in the slot now to the top of your screen. Good call, Coach. Unfortunately, the ball was about 5 yards too high. That's exactly who Abbas was looking for, down inside the 10-yard line. Overshot him at the 8-yard line. And it'll bring up a fourth down play, and we have another player.
That's Brian
down the
Cassidy.
field.
Yeah, Brian Cassidy, Rick from Beaverton.
Well, you know Thurman very well, so we'll have to see how he calls the play while we're away for a break. because they'll be facing a 4th down situation on their own or on the North 21-yard line. We're tied at 7. We'll be back right after this.
Introducing the only detergent with Clorox Color Safe Bleach to help turn up the clean. New Clorox detergent.
Turn up the clean from dingy to white. Turn it up from dull to bright. Clorox detergent can turn up the clean.
New Clorox detergent is the only one with Clorox Color Safe Bleach. It gets everything you wash.
Brighter, whiter, cleaner. Turn up the clean. Clorox detergent can turn up the clean.
Here are some of the most popular options customers want but can't always afford on new cars. Stereos, air conditioning, sunroofs, custom wheels. It can really add up. But right now on Bob Frank Auto Row, you can have up to $1,000 worth of factory-installed options when you buy a Chevy, Geo, Nissan, Olds, or Hyundai, and you pay just $1. The Bob Frank $1,000 value package for only $1. Doesn't that make sense to you? Welcome to the family.
You're looking at number 70, Brian Cassidy. Apparently twisted his right ankle. He's from Beaverton High School. He's being carried off the field on the arms of 2 of his teammates. South All-Stars now facing a 4th down situation. The ball at the 21-yard line. We're tied at 7. Joe Abbas is the quarterback for the South All-Stars. As the lone setback, and once again Keller is in the slot. They went to him last time. And we got all kinds of whistles on the field. Timeout by the North All-Stars. I don't know if they didn't like what they saw or were a little disorganized themselves. But they're going to think about it a little bit.
Well, they probably saw something they didn't recognize or were confused a little bit, and anytime that happens to you, you're better off calling timeout.
Well, you mentioned before the break, you know Thurman Bell so well. What type of play do you think he might call in a long situation like this, deep into the opponent's end territory?
Well, I have a couple thoughts. You can think of some kind of a trick play possibly, but he's got Abbas in there, and he's got Chad Busick, his receiver from Redmond, in this series also, so that might not be a bad choice. Just let those 2 kids play catch. I know they did a lot of that for Jerry Hackenbrook up at Redmond. And the other thought possibly is the big tight end Eater, which they haven't gone to all night.
That's right.
He's a big physical kid, and he might get loose down the middle.
That's how we see it from the booth. We'll see how they see it on the field. That doesn't always work out the same way. But so far, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, the other possibility is they could go on some kind of a long count to try to draw the North team offside and get a little better situation on 4th and 2 or 3.
Well, the North has realigned itself. So the South approaching the football. Key 4th down play now. 9 yards to go. The ball at the 21-yard line. Keller now back in the eye. In front of Willits. And it's the end around. He's got an opening. He may get the first. He's run out of bounds. I don't think he made it, Coach.
I don't think he did either.
Got down to the 15.5-yard line where he got booted out of bounds. That was number 21, Chad Busick of Redmond. So they did team up.
Well, the corner over there made a great play because it looked for all the world like he could cut off that block and go in untouched. But the corner on that side, and I didn't get the number, but made a great play to kick him out of bounds. And
so the North will take over on downs. The ball at the 16-yard line. Deep in their own territory once again. And only 2 minutes, 35 seconds to work with here in the first half.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked to see an attempt to get the ball to Baldwin deep maybe once, and then if that doesn't work, put it in mothballs.
Matt Jones out of Central Catholic, the tailback. Bushman still the quarterback. Here's a little fancy Dan wide open in the middle of the field, too. Ian Shields out of Oregon City. Takes about half the field with him. That knocks off only 11 seconds. 32 yards on the play. Almost to midfield.
Here comes the replay. You'll see the end around again, this time with Derek Baldwin throwing the ball. This is the play they threw earlier with the pass interference for the South, and Derek throws a real strike. He'll talk about that for 2 weeks.
Brent Berry out of South Medford finally gets a hand on him. First down and 10. They're going to the airways again, and it's Baldwin once again. He has a lot of company this time, but he's still very close to another first down. At about the 43-yard line will be his forward progress.
You might look for that one again. They were trying to lateral the ball to Ian Shields on the old hitch and lateral play there, and Derek did a good job of holding on to the ball because someone had Ian pretty well covered.
They're shy about a half yard from the first down, so a second down and a half yard to go, and the clock is running. 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. And this has to be an advantage for young men who have worked together on the same high school team, the quarterback and the split end in these tough situations.
Well, no question. The end of the half, you got a 2-minute offense going, and they've done this before.
Joe Bushman, the quarterback. 1:20 to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 1. Once again on the end around, it's Baldwin with the football. He's tripped up this time. A great defensive play for the South by number 99, the last man on your program, Mark Blomer out of West Albany. Well, 6'4", 205 pounds.
Yeah, he ran right. Derek found him. I think if he'd have bounced to the outside, he might still be running. Derek thought he was a tailback that time, wanted to cut off tackle, I believe.
We're under a minute to play now. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Straight up the middle. Does have the first down up to almost the 40-yard line, probably the 41-yard line. Clock stops with 37 seconds to go till halftime. Hurry up offense. There's a good shot of Jason Ingram out of Barlow, the fullback on this series. Matt Jones, the tailback out of Central Catholic, deep in the eye. Joe calling out the signals at the line of scrimmage. Trying to get everybody ready to go. Jeff Edmondson out of Clackamas is the wide receiver to the bottom of your screen. Baldwin already has 83 yards on kickoff returns, 18 yards pass receiving, 32 yards passing. Not a bad rundown for a half.
Throw that -3 rushing out of there, and
we can drop that out.
You got quite a stat.
So everybody's trying to get organized on the field here, but we have 37 seconds. Now the clock is starting. Bushman has his signals. And he's going up top again. Right across the middle, he has his man, Ian Shields. He dropped the football. Ian had the football at about the 19-yard line. As he was coming down with it, just lost control of it.
Well, Ian's used to throwing those passes, not catching them, but he's a fine athlete and going to Oregon State to play baseball. This will be his last football game.
Well, one good event out of that for the North, it did stop the clock with 27 seconds to go.
Well, they're going to get a couple more shots at it.
2nd down, the ball at the 41-yard line. Miller split to the top of your screen. Derek Baldwin out of Benson to the bottom. And Bushman's going up top. He's looking for Baldwin. Baldwin has it at the 20-yard line. He's rolled out of bounds, and that stops the clock at the 21.
Well, Derek did a good job there getting out of bounds. He was fighting for some yardage and then realized that was useless and saw the sideline and scrambled out of bounds. So that stops the clock and is going to give him a chance to, here we'll see it right here on the replay.
Takes a little beating while he does it.
Yeah, he does. I tell you, quality player and obviously playing like it tonight. But he wants to get some yardage. And then I think he realized, oh, I better get out of bounds, and there he goes. Good job, Derek.
Good job by Derek Baldwin. 20 ticks on the clock now. The ball at the 21-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the North. They're trying to put 6 more on the board. He's got a man out there. Could be a touchdown. Number 83. Derek Baldwin of Benson.
Has he taken over this game or what now?
He says, hey, I like both sides of the field.
Well,
there's the dance. Let's go for it. All right.
He's excited.
Here it is again, number 83 from Benson Tech. Heading to Portland State, Derek Baldwin.
Well, he'll probably do a whole lot more of that right here on this very field, I would think, before his career's over.
In for the point after touchdown. It is up, and it is good. With 11 seconds to go before halftime, the North has taken the lead in this South North Shrine football game. They lead it 14-7. We'll be back right after this.
Sweet dreams may fortune find you. Sweet dreams that leave your worries behind you. So
Yes, when you play Oregon's Megabucks, they could come true. Sweet dreams.
Introducing the totally redesigned 1990 four-wheel drive Toyota 4Runner. Now the additional performance from its available V6 is combined with additional comfort, additional necessities, and additional doors. Where you go in your new four-door Toyota 4Runner is your concern. Getting you back is ours.
Back at Civic Stadium with 11 ticks on the clock before halftime. The Derek Baldwin show, Tom. 74 of the 85 yards by the North on that series from Derek Baldwin. Let's go down to Ann Schatz now on the north sidelines. Ann?
And Rick, Derek Baldwin, not the only guy from Benson doing the job. Joe Bushman at quarterback. Guys, tell me a little bit about that play. Joe, first of all.
Post flag, we've been working it all year, and it's ice, man. It's arson tonight, baby.
Perfect touch pass, and boy, you were right there.
Thank you. It's up to him. It's always up to the other people.
We know each other all well. We work together all summer, so it's just like clockwork.
Teammates clicking out there, and boy, if you had a first half, fella.
I'm having a good time.
All right, congratulations, you guys.
It's not over yet.
I hear you. Big touchdown for you fellas. All right, good work. Back up to you, Rick.
Are they having fun? Jim Keller takes the kickoff for the South All-Stars and moves the football out to about the 35-yard line, returns it 26 yards. The kickoff itself was 51. We have 5 seconds on the clock, and it is rolling. We're going to go to halftime, I think, with the North owning the lead. And there's the horn. Derek Baldwin and Joe Bushman. And we talked a lot about that connection the last 2 minutes, that familiarity, and it certainly paid off for the North All-Stars. 14-7. Let's go down to the south sidelines and Ed Whalen. Ed?
We'll talk about two things at halftime: pass offense and pass defense.
Yeah, both ways. We're not getting a good pass protection, having time to throw the ball, and we're just too aggressive in the secondary, and we're coming up and letting them get behind us. We had 6 deep. They moved the ball 90 yards on us.
Success on the ground.
Yes, we have had a little success on the ground. Maybe we ought to stay with it.
Mixed emotions. Your team is losing. Your son's team is winning. How do you approach that going into this?
I am worried about that. I'm coaching this side of the field.
Okay, buddy. Knock him dead.
Thank you.
All right. Back up to you, Rick.
Intensity, huh?
Did that surprise anybody? one of the great coaches in our state's history, I guarantee you that.
It's 14-7, North All-Stars. We're at halftime, and we'll be back with more from Civic Stadium right after this.
You crave the crack of the bat. You love the guts, the glory. You're an active guy. And Arby's created their new sports bottle just for you. It holds a full 32 ounces of your favorite soft drink, so you can go for the gusto without taking a break from the action.
And now, when you buy Arby's combo meal, giant roast beef sandwich, and large fries, get a sports squeeze bottle filled with 32 ounces of your favorite soft drink for just 55 cents.
Go for it.
I could do that.
The Isuzu Trooper, the four-wheel drive for all seasons, whatever the weather. The Isuzu Trooper makes it happen. When the going gets tough, the Trooper gets you there. You'll have a lot more fun in an Isuzu Trooper. Remember, if you don't see these Isuzu dealers today, you can't start having more fun tomorrow. Braley and Graham Beaverton, DeLon Salem, Bob Kendall, Vancouver, USA, Friday in Portland. Isuzu Trooper, the four-wheel drive for all reasons, too.
Announcing news for the 90s from Coin TV.
Hello, I'm Mike Donahue. Beginning August 7th, Newsroom 6 gives you more choices to fit your busy lifestyle. Weeknights, stay informed with Newsroom 6 at 5, followed by the CBS Evening News at 5:30. Then at 6 o'clock, it's a brand new edition of Newsroom 6. That's right, Newsroom 6 at 6. It's a natural.
News for the 90s. It all begins August 7th from Coin TV and Newsroom 6.
He was 6 months away from a normal life.
You plan on getting married when you get out of here?
Oh, yeah, that's the plan. Where are we going? Until a warden obsessed with revenge.
Gateway, 6 months could be a lifetime.
Took his future away.
I want to know about Frank Leone.
The odds of surviving? 1,000,000 to 1. Stallone. Lock up. Rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
And Tom, just to make everybody feel like this is indeed football weather, the rain has started falling here at halftime at Civic Stadium. The North leading the South at halftime of the Shrine All-Star Game, 14-7. If you haven't made a call yet, please do so. Remember that all contributions to the Shriners Hospital are tax-deductible, and all proceeds go to benefit the hospital. Now, here now is another look at how the Shriners Hospital helps our children. This is an ankle-foot orthosis. To you and me, perhaps just a piece of plastic. But to someone else, it's a support that makes a leg strong enough to walk on. Thanks to your support, you can continue to make it possible for weak legs to walk. So please, call the number on the screen throughout the contest and make a pledge. Now let's take a look at how this piece of plastic makes it easier for our children to walk. Dale Ortega is just one child who benefits from the ankle-foot orthosis. Because of a cerebral palsy problem, Dale has a very difficult time walking. But the Shriners Hospital is helping him overcome that. However, in order for one orthosis to help one patient, many hours of labor is involved. Let me explain. First up, plaster mold must be made of the ankle and foot so the exact duplicate can be cast. Once the cast is smoothed, marked, and double-checked, a large piece of plastic is heated and placed around it. After the plastic is cooled, it can be trimmed and adjusted for a correct fit. Now the orthotist can slip the orthosis onto the patient and evaluate that fit. And they will check the bones for undue pressure and make sure there is no pain for the patient. After the orthosis is correctly in place, the shoes can be slipped on and the patient is allowed to walk around to check the proper fit and feel. With Dale, this orthosis is designed to keep the foot flat and the ankle at a 90-degree angle while stabilizing the ankle to make it possible for him to walk. Please call this number on your screen and do what you can to make it possible for Dale and other children like him to have legs strong enough to walk.
Physical therapy at Shriners includes a good deal of pool therapy for kids, often kids that are just out of surgery, out of casting, are very stiff and sore and need to go into some kind of a water medium before they can jump right back on their feet and go for a walk. So we often start with very easy entry into the water. Sometimes kids can't even bear weight at first, so the therapist ends up holding the child, and eventually they end up going on their own in the water if they possibly can. The reason that the pool is such a good idea is we are all buoyant in the water, and children who have very painful joints or diseases that cause them not to be able to walk well often can walk in the water where they can't outside the pool. The type of kids we see in the pool would often be kids with arthritis, as the kids that you have seen today. Stacy, Jessica, and Adam all have different types of arthritis, and they enjoy the pool on a weekly basis and are able to really exercise in the pool, whereas they couldn't outside the water as well. Any type of activity that includes and moving, raising arms up in the air. We just want to make them as active as they can be in the water. That's why water is such a good thing, because you can move so much better and freely.
We have a computer program here at Shriners Hospital that we use with a lot of the children that have physical limitations that affect their ability to do handwriting and to perform written communication. Both the occupational therapists and myself, the speech pathologist, work with the children with computers. What it enables the children with physical limitations to be able to do is to keep up with their written academic work in school. One of the requests that we just had earlier in the spring was to teach some of these children some advanced word processing skills. And unfortunately, nobody here at the Shriners was able to teach them. What we found was a gold mine through the University of Oregon. They agreed to donate 9 hours of class time, as well as bringing up 10 microcomputers to the Shriners Hospital and allowing our patients to have access to this kind of class. One of the reasons we're really excited about the computer program here at Shriners is that we are starting to take a look at what happens to our patients after they graduate from high school. Do they have the skills that they need in order to be marketable and have a job and earn a living? And we believe that this computer program is teaching skills that will help these patients to become independent members of our society once they graduate.
So there's a look at the Shriner Hospital for Crippled Children and what a great job they do. And throughout this contest, if you have not yet done so, please give them a call and make a donation. It's money that's well spent. As you can see, the North leading the South 14-7 in typical football weather. It may be the latter days of July, but it's rainy, although very comfortable still as far as the temperature is concerned here at Civic Stadium. But the fans are getting under the umbrellas, those who thought enough to bring them, and staying comfortable here as the North leads by 7. We'll be back with more halftime coverage right after this.
It's here now. 10 hours only. Today, tonight, and tomorrow. It's a total liquidation. 10 hours only. Save up to 70%. A Northwest waterbed retailer has closed forever. And Waterbed Emporium has acquired all the remaining inventory and must liquidate everything immediately. Up to 70% off on waterbeds, bedroom furniture, everything. Hurry, when it's gone, it's gone. It's 10 hours only today, tonight, and tomorrow at all Waterbed Emporium showrooms.
If you rent construction and maintenance equipment, you know renting makes great business sense. What you may not know is how hard Power Rents works to earn your business. We give you late model equipment, we give you more of it. We give you locations on the east side and west side. We're there if you need us around the clock. We also give you radio dispatch service, and we send out our field reps to make certain you're satisfied. We've been around for years, and we'll be for years to come, so give us a shot. You'll find that we work harder than anybody else to earn your business. Power Rents.
It's a chicken fajita summer now at Taco Time.
Chicken, salsa, ooh, Taco Time fresh, cheese, cheddar, chicken, tomato, juicy, lettuce, crisp, chicken, Taco Time fresh, olives, chicken, fajita.
The chicken fajita salad and the chicken fajita burrito now at Taco Time.
Don't pay too much for a new 4x4. Come to the Northwest 4x4 Truck Center at Beaverton Nissan. Right now, you pay way, way below factory invoice. Only $81.89 for a new Nissan 4x4. How many at this price? Not 5 or 10. Now 25 of these trucks, only $81.89. This is a one-time offer. So see us today. Come to the Northwest 4x4 Truck Center at Beaverton Nissan. Don't you dare pay too much.
Back at Civic Stadium, where the North leads the South 14-7 in the annual Shrine All-Star football game. And reminder once again to get to the phone and make a contribution to the Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children. An excellent job done from coast to coast by all the Shriners Hospital. There's the number in Oregon, 1-800-322-4483. And if you're in Portland, give them a call, 241-4849. Now let's go on down to the field where the Shriners are putting on their halftime program. We'll be back with more from Civic Stadium right after this.
All-Star Football Fever with that big screen color television for those big games on sale. Save $25, $50, $100. This Sharp 25-inch color TV, only $2.99. A Sanyo 25-inch remote color TV, only $3.99. RCA 26-inch remote color television, only $4.99. Big 27-inch Sharp remote color television, $5.99. Now that's Tom Peterson's.
Let True Value Hardware stores protect your growing interest with money-saving options, like this Lawn Force 20-inch electric hedge trimmer from Black & Decker, just $84.66. And this Weed Eater 17-inch grass trimmer and edger, only $119.88, is a powerful time-saving investment that goes anywhere. Then enjoy trouble-free management and a bonus nozzle when you take home the Suncast Hose Mobile, only $22.88 at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Last chance, final weekend. It's Rubenstein's Spectacular Warehouse Clearance. This weekend, guaranteed savings of up to 70%. We've moved thousands of floor models, one-of-a-kind items, and discontinued merchandise from our warehouse to our stores. And slashed the prices up to 70%. Up to 70% off on better quality furniture. Everything for your home up to 70% off. No money down, no interest, and no payments for 6 months. Hurry, sale ends this Monday, 9 p.m. at Rubenstein's Furniture.
Here we are at the Northeast Y. Well, I prepare to put Ed in the cheap seats with my patented fake. Take a look at these automotive slam dunks.
Ron Tonkin Honda has too many new Hondas in stock, over 200, and we need to sell down now. And Ron Tonkin Honda has over 100 choice used cars and trucks. All come with our exclusive 10-day exchange privilege and 30-day limited warranty.
He fakes, he shoots, scores!
Ron Tonkin, the bottom line.
We're back at Civic Stadium where the North leads the South All-Stars 14-7. About 5 minutes to go before the teams return to the field to begin the second half of play. Tom, any real surprises about the first half as far as the play of either team is concerned?
Well, not really. You know, you have to look at two players, I think. For the North, obviously, Derek Baldwin was a one-man show, and I think on the South, Jim Keller out of Marshfield High School was as exciting as Thurman said he was. I think it's very even football game. You take a kickoff away and a last-minute drive, and the South's ahead. So it's a solid football game, and I think very well played one. Look for more of the same in the second half.
Interesting to see if the weather affects play in the second half as well. As you can see, the rain started the minute the players left the field and into the locker rooms. Not raining heavily, but it is getting a little damp out there. Now here's a look at the first half of play in the South. Got on the scoreboard in the first 5 minutes of the game. Bruce Willits just bowls his way into the end zone from 2 yards out.
Well, they had field position the whole first quarter and finally took advantage of it and then knocked it in the end zone, but the lead didn't last long.
Like about 3 seconds. That's about how long it took for Derek Baldwin to get his hands on the football and watch the magic he performs. There's a career for some fellas.
Well, you know, interesting. Derek didn't play football until he was a senior. He was a transfer from across the river in Vancouver, and was somewhat of a surprise to everybody, I think. I know Bill started talking to me about him early last season, and well, he's obviously a quality football player.
And late in the game, it was the Derek Baldwin show again. This time, on the option play, he takes the football and puts the North in great scoring position. Ian Shields of Oregon City, a quarterback, plays the opposite role and takes the pass. And then it's Baldwin back to his normal position to split in. And a great effort here with just 20 ticks on the clock to get out of bounds and stop the clock to give his team one more shot at a touchdown. And he says, hey, how about to me? Baldwin taking the pass from Joe Bushman, the Benson connection, scoring again. And that's why we're at halftime with a 14-7 advantage as Derek Baldwin does his little dance.
Well, he has a lot of fun playing football, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's got a great time. I think he's still smiling.
Yeah. Well, you know, he's doing it against four really fine defensive backs for the South team. Brent Berry and Sean Moore and Billy Whitman and Cale Wyarty are fine football players, and Baldwin's managed to snake away from them once in a while.
That was probably the hit of the game, Cale on that one. Here's a look at the halftime statistics. I think one thing missing from this, Tom, is that second half of play, or the second quarter of play, in which the North outgained the South 115-49 to turn this around from the first quarter. But at halftime, it looks fairly even. 144 for the North, 130 for the South. And as you mentioned, one big play. But of course, the passing, which Coach Bell was correct in telling you they're going to do more of it, he may be reassessing that position right now.
Well, they were 2 for 13, and they actually threw the ball better than that, but had a couple dropped, and they had a heck of a pass rush from the North defense, and I think that that may persuade Thurman to get back to the ground game, and they did it very well the first half, and I would expect them to do more of it.
You can hear the sounds down on the field as the players from the North All-Stars coming under the goalpost from the North, retaking the field to begin the second half of play. And they have the confidence owning the 14-7 lead, and it's been a while since a North Shrine team had a halftime advantage.
Well, that's right, and we'll see how they react to it. Thurman's going to have his team fired up that second half, and of course Bill Dressel has coming off a state championship and knows how to win.
We'll see what happens. We're only about a minute away from the start of the second half. The North leads at 14-7. We'll be back with more right after this.
This billboard says it all. The four-door Honda Accord is the hottest selling import in the whole Northwest. The Accord is really dependable. You can always rely on a #1 performance from the four-door Honda Accord. Honda owners know a lot more, too. When they trade in their Accord, they find them to be worth almost as much as when they originally bought them. The four-door Honda Accord. Right now, our selection is bigger than ever. Buy now while cleanup prices are in effect.
Bet you didn't know that's a fresh, Oregon-grown Furcrest Farms chicken. Or that a Furcrest Farms chicken is raised naturally, without hormones or preservatives. Or that a fresh Oregon Furcrest Farms chicken is guaranteed plump and delicious. Or you get 2 free. Nope. Bet your mom does. Furcrest Farms. Chicken doesn't come any better.
Coach Dressel, quite a first half for you guys. I thought at the beginning they controlled the line of scrimmage. Then you came back, got some confidence, and you're up by a touchdown.
Yeah, it's a crazy game. Our skilled kids got us going a little bit with the kickoff return, and our 2-minute drill looked pretty good. We may just go to our 2-minute drill. It looked a little bit like a fire drill for us. We panicked a little bit when we first got out there, and we're running around not doing what we had practiced all week. But I think they're settling into the game right now.
Boy, Derek Baldwin, what a great first half. You've had the pleasure of coaching him for so many years, and to cut him loose in front of this fine crowd, that's got to be a pleasure for you.
Yeah, it was fun. He, just got to step on the kickoff, and he was gone. We're going to try to do it again right now.
Thanks, Coach, very much. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Big first half for the North squad, coming back from that 7-0 deficit, Rick, and they lead it, of course, starting the third quarter by that score of 14-7. Rick and Tom, back to you for the third quarter.
Thanks, Ann. Don't get that silk blouse of yours too wet down there. We'll see how this weather affects the second half of play. This time, of course, the North to receive the football. So they'll have an opportunity on offense to perhaps recreate their 2-minute drill, if in fact, and that's what they decide to do. They do lead at 14-7. Thurman Bell, as you heard just before halftime, a bit chagrined by the performance of his team, certainly in the passing department. And we may look for a little bit more of that Roseburg power offense, trying to get back into this one.
Well, I think they will try to do that, control the ball a little bit. I don't think the rain will affect either team, actually. It's light rain, and the artificial turf actually gets a little bit better when it gets just a little bit of wetter water on it.
Brett Berry, number 10 for South Medford, will tee it up for the South All-Stars as we begin the second half of play. This one goes deep. It's picked up at the 10-yard line by Miller. Miller is slipped up by number 40 for the South All-Stars, Damon Schaefer from Thurston, who I thought was going to take his head off. 51 yards on the kickoff, just 11 yards by Miller on the return, and he would have had a few more if it wasn't for Schaefer's appearance. Here's a look at it again.
Here it comes. You'll see a great play by Schaefer.
Holy cow. First down, 10 yards to go, and Bushman is still the quarterback. Ingram out of Barlow is the fullback, and Matt Jones is the man in motion from Central Catholic. And it goes to Ingram right up the middle, following over his blocker. Actually, he's trying to run over him because he says, hey, get out the way. I'm ready to go. He's up to the 27-yard line. Picks up about 5 yards on the play.
Well, we talked about the South running the ball. Maybe the North will do the same thing.
That's Jason Ingram out of Barlow High School, number 45. Good look at him there. He's 6'3", 225 pounds. And he was just running over the back, I think, of his left guard, trying to get him out of the way. Miller now split to the top of your screen. Still with the I formation. Matt Jones, the tailback. Jones with the football. Has a little opening, squirts through to about the 32-yard line. He's close to a first down. I don't know if he quite got to the 32-yard line. The yard marker is right on the 32.
That was Wyardi again there, at least assisting on that tackle. And he had 6 tackles and 1 assist in the first half. That's a stat for a season.
Certainly is. Official timeout to measure. They'll bring the stakes from across the field. It's very, very close. You can see the yard marker there, just on the 32-yard marker. It looks to me like it might be a little short. But who knows? Maybe the field isn't level. If not, it'll bring up a third down situation. And it is. It's short by about, 10 inches or so.
How big's that fullback?
For Barlow?
Yeah.
225 pounds?
Give him the ball.
Give him the ball. He's got to be worth 10 inches, right?
Here I am talking, giving the ball to a fullback. When's the last time I did that?
When's the last time you had a fullback? Third down, less than a foot to go. Tom says give it to the fullback. Okay, let's give it to the fullback. First down. Great call, Coach.
Easy call.
How come when you were down on the field you weren't doing that?
I coach a whole lot better from up here. I guarantee it's easier.
So first down, fullback gets 10 inches and about 3 yards more up to the 37-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for the North All-Stars. Matt Jones comes out of the lineup now for the North All-Stars. Ian Shields, number 12, out of Oregon City, is back in. Ian's going to be the man in the slot down to the bottom of your screen. Split out wide is Miller. High formation, it goes to the second man through. It's the Benson connection again, number 44, Kenneth Vaughn. With the football up to the 42-yard line.
Canning was excited with the ball that time. He didn't want to stop running.
Kenneth Vaughn out of Benson Tech High School, one of 4 of the state championship tech men to be honored by playing in this All-Star Classic. Second down. Ingram lost part of the guard off on his helmet there. Brief timeout. Has it back in place. Miller to the bottom of your screen. Shields is split to the top. I formation. Ingram the fullback. Bushman is going to the airways, and Shields has the football. Takes one man, gets dumped by about 2 other ones right at the midfield stripe. The whistle blows. It is marked out of bounds at about the 48.
Yeah, you'll see Ian coming out from the slot position out in the flat. Nobody picked him up. Hang on to the ball. Whoa.
Yeah, you can see him step out right there.
Yeah. Fine all-around athlete. He was the offensive player of the year in the state last year, and for good reason. Did a great job for 3 years over at Oregon City.
So it's first down, 10 yards to go. The ball at their own 48-yard line. Miller now splits to the top of your screen. Ingram still the fullback. And the pitch goes to Kenneth Vaughn of Benson. He's trying to run behind Miller. It's a jam up right there at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's Brent Berry coming up from corner, and a fine athlete out of South Medford made the play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
As outstanding as these young men are, it's always interesting to note, Tom, that for a lot of these guys, this is their last football game. A lot of them are not going on to play college football. They have other areas of interest.
Well, that's very true, and they're good all-around athletes, and a lot of them are playing other sports in college too.
Mentioned earlier about the baseball connection, for example, Mr. Robertson. Bushman going on top. His man gets pushed out of bounds. His intended receiver finally gets back in bounds. That's Ian Shields.
Well, that was a fine job by the secondary of the South, and they forced Ian out of bounds and made him ineligible. Had he caught the ball back in bounds, it would have been illegal.
Just not enough field to work with there.
That's right.
Be third down. We've played 3 minutes here in the second half. If you're just joining us, the North leads the South All-Stars in the Derek Baldwin Show. 14-7 is the count. Miller split to the top of your screen. Shields now becomes the wingman to the left. Bushman looking to pass. He has Shields who comes back for the football. He's finally dragged from behind by number 30 for the South All-Stars, Cale Wyarty of Churchill High School.
That's about his 100th tackle. That's going to be awful close to a first down. As a middle screen, it's a little scary at times, but certainly executed great. Play action fake to the tailback, and they sneak the slot back in the middle. Joe picks him out, and then Ian makes a nice cut, nice run.
Oh, and he just got him too by the jersey.
Yeah. They're going to be short an inch or two, huh?
What do you do, Coach? Fourth down.
All-star game. Go for it. Give it to the fullback.
That's what I like to hear. The 10-inch man, right? Okay, Ingram, you heard it. I want you to get the football. Fourth down, inches, and it is Ingram. Right up the middle. He's got the first down. He's pushed back, but his forward progress takes him to the 40-yard line. He easily has the first down.
Well, the North offensive line is maybe they're taking charge a little bit. They're bigger, a little more physical than the South kids in that particular spot. It looks like maybe they're wearing them down a little bit.
We mentioned earlier about the size. This is the first time that I can remember where the North actually has a larger lineup. I mean, they have guys in here that are 285, 275, 265 pounds.
Yeah, that can wear on you after a while.
First down, 10 yards to go. Shields once again the slot man to your left. And Bushman is back to pass. Miller has the football, flips it back to Shields. Wouldn't that have been a sensational play?
Well, that's that little hook and ladder play that they've worked on a bunch. I know Bill's run that play for years at Benson and Dallas and Central Catholic. Here it comes again, but Jeff,
ladder wasn't quite tall enough.
Well, Jeff was down. Probably lucky for the North because the ball. He's obviously down with both knees, and that's a little too tall for Ian Shields to get, but we got a penalty.
Let's see what they call on this.
We have holding, blue. Still first down.
Well, had a holding penalty.
Well, that solves all the what-ifs right there.
Sure does.
Besides Cale, Wyarty was down there. He was trying to get a hand on that football in the pitchback. So that'll put the football all the way back to the midfield stripe. We're still first down. But now we have 20 yards to go for the North All-Stars. Miller split to the top of your screen. Derek Baldwin's back in at the bottom of your screen. You think he might have something to do with this play?
Chances are.
Chances are. He's looking for the football, but he overshoots him. He gets down to about the 20-yard line. Derek had his eyes on it.
Well covered by Brent Berry.
Here it is again. Derek Baldwin, who was the star of the first half, tried to get to this football. Actually had Brent Berry beat, but the football beat both of them. Second down, still 20 yards to go. Baldwin comes back down to the bottom of your screen. Ingram is the fullback, and Shields is the man in motion. It goes to Ingram straight up the middle. He's got a good hole. I tell you, Tom, he was carrying, literally carrying number 56, Mark Cromwell out of South Medford about 6 yards in that play.
Well, Ad Rutschman's got to be smiling. That young man's going to Linfield, and he'll follow in the great line of players down there for Coach Rutsch.
About 4 of these North All-Stars, I understand, are heading up to Palatine Hill to play for you.
Yeah, we'd like to have about 40 of them, but we'll take the 4.
Ingram 7 carries, 35 yards. Good effort so far by him. Miller goes to the top of your screen. Shields now is the tailback. And Bushman is back to pass. He has pressure coming on him. Miller looking for the football, but it's going to be picked off. The ball was a little short, and number 20, Billy Whitman out of North Salem, was just there waiting to pluck that baby off, and he took the football and runs it back to about the 25-yard line. So the South now averts potential disaster. They take over the football. We'll see what they do on offense. We have 9 minutes, 52 seconds to go here in the third quarter of play, and the South All-Stars trail the North All-Stars 14-7.
This billboard says it all. The four-door Honda Accord is the hottest selling import in the whole Northwest. The Accord is really dependable. You can always rely on a #1 performance from the four-door Honda Accord. Honda owners know a lot more too. When they trade in their Accord, they find them to be worth almost as much as when they originally bought them. The four-door Honda Accord. Right now, our selection is bigger than ever. Buy now while cleanup prices are in effect.
Trend College has a proud history of commitment to excellence, training people in the Pacific Northwest for generations. Now, Trend announces training to meet the growing needs of the multi-billion-dollar hotel, resort, restaurant, and travel industries. Trend gives students the skills and the confidence to succeed. Trend College, where people change their lives.
Look at the South huddle. They've just taken possession of the football on the interception. And they have it first down, 10 yards to go at their own 25-yard line. Joe Abbas back in at quarterback for the South All-Stars. And they've got wide receivers split out to the bottom of your screen. But it's Jim Keller out of Marshfield who takes the football up to about the 26-yard line. Let's go down to the South All-Star sideline now. And Ed Whalen. Ed?
Hi, Billy Whitman, the kid that just made the interception. Nice catch. Were you guys in a zone on that?
Yeah, we were zoning on that one. Coach called the play before it happened, so we knew it was coming. And the D-line put great pressure on the quarterback, made him just throw it up.
Maybe this will be the spark that'll get you guys back in it, huh?
Oh, we don't need a spark. We're on it right now.
Just like Lester Hayes.
We're on it.
Okay. Back up to you guys.
That's what we like to hear, Ed, that confidence. Number 11, Pat Hurst out of McKay now. Split to the bottom of your screen on 2nd down and 8. Out to about the 27-yard line. Really no gain on the play.
No, it wasn't. David Smith from Reynolds was covering the back out of the backfield on the play, and David's had a good ball game. He's had 5 unassisted tackles, and from linebacker doing a fine job.
Joe Abbas out of Redmond is the quarterback. He sends to the top of your screen Chad Busick, number 21, his teammate out of Redmond. Goes to the bottom of your screen, but overshoots his intended receiver, number 17, Paul Guthrie out of Roseburg.
Well, that makes him 2 for 15 now for the ball game, throwing the ball, and I think Thurman's probably seen enough of the pass, and he may go back to the run full time.
He doesn't look real happy.
All right, got to go cover, Dante. Get down there, let's go.
So 4th down, they'll punt it away. The North will look to receive the football. Ian Shields back at his own 40-yard line. He's joined there to the top of your screen by number 40, Ed Netter out of Canby. Shields calling for the fair catch, and he takes the football at the 42-yard line, and that's where the North will take over on their next offensive possession. We have 2 minutes, 54 seconds to go, third quarter of play. And the North All-Stars lead the South All-Stars 14-7.
Nothing quenches your thirst like the light, clean citrus taste of Squirt. Give your thirst a squirt.
All-Star Football Fever with that big screen color television for those big games on sale. Save $25, $50, $100. This Sharp 25-inch color TV, only $2.99. A Sanyo 25-inch remote color TV, only $3.99. RCA 26-inch remote color television, only $4.99. Big 27-inch Sharp remote color television, $5.99. Now that's Tom Peterson's.
Well, you see the graphic, 12 for 20 for the North passing, only 2 for 15, as Tom had mentioned earlier. Not helping out the South cause here in the third quarter. The North now with the football. They have it at their own 42-yard line. By the way, Keller, who's been the bright spot on the offense for the South All-Stars now with 72 yards rushing. He has outrushed the entire North team, which has gained 59 yards on the ground. Maybe we'll see more of him the rest of the way.
Well, we probably will. We might see more of David Ingram out of Barlow.
Ingram, the big fullback, number 45. Moves the football up to the 47-yard line. Second down, 6.5 yards to go. Ian Shields split to the top of your screen. Joe Bushman has gone all the way at quarterback. Ingram is the fullback. And Bushman is going back to pass. Rolls to his right, and he is being pursued and caught by number 62 of the South All-Stars. That's Aaron Hansen out of Roseburg. Defensive lineman, 6'1". Takes Bushman back to the 39-yard line.
Well, he beats the block in there. They don't check the backside, and we have a nice play. The South defense trying to make a big play here and get him back in the ball game. I think that's one way to do it.
Makes it third down and 13 yards to go. Derek Baldwin now splitting to the top of your screen. Shields is still the slot. And Bushman fakes once, rolls out to his left, trying to find an opening, and there is Shields coming across the field. He's up to the midfield stripe, but still shy of the first down by about 2 yards. Takes it across the midfield stripe. They spotted it about the 49-yard line. Now they'll pull it back to the midfield stripe. So they've got 2 yards to go on fourth down.
Here comes the replay. You see Ian come across the middle and make the play now. Here's a kid who's played quarterback his whole career, and obviously a fine athlete, has adapted to play slot back, and with Tony Robertson's injury, he'll probably be the kid in there the whole rest of the game.
Deep to receive for the South, number 3, Brian Vandetta. Number 20, Billy Whitman of North Salem. Snap. Player in on him, but there's no, well, there is a play. Boy, what a delay on that one. I don't know if you could see that on the coverage there on the screen, but the judge was contemplating throwing a play, throwing a flag on the play, and it took him about 5 seconds to do that.
Well,
that has to be the thing that drives coaches nuts.
Well, sometimes it's a judgment call that goes for you, and sometimes against you, and it just took him a little longer than normal, I think, to make that call. But we'd have to see it on the replay to see, give you a proper opinion on it. I know Thurman didn't like it, and Bill probably did.
Well, he obviously ran into him, but it didn't. It looked like it was in slow motion to me. I'd like to see that again if we do have it.
Yeah. Well, penalties rarely determine the outcome.
Running into the kicker, we have a first down.
In any case, it's a great break for the North because it moves the football all the way down to the South 35-yard line.
Well, sometimes adversity will really fire you up, and, I wouldn't be surprised to see the South come back with an equally big play here.
So Bushman getting his call from the sidelines. Miller goes to the bottom of your screen. Matt Jones is the tailback, Ingram the fullback, and Shields is the man in the slot, and it's Jones with the football. He gets 2 or 3 yards before he is grabbed around the waist by number 77, Lane Kling out of Thurston High School, but not before he takes the ball down to near the 30-yard line. Second down and about 6.5, maybe 7 yards to go.
Little Benson off-tackle power right there.
And they certainly have the line in which to run those power plays as well this year. Some of your teams didn't have that benefit the last couple of years.
Oh, I don't know. We were pretty big last year, but the South was just a whole lot better, I think. Probably better coach, too.
I don't know about that. Miller split to the top of your screen. There's Matt Jones at Central Catholic, and he just has a head of steam going, and this time he gets by 77, Lane Kling, until he gets a little help, and finally haul him down at about the 25-yard line. But it's a first down for the North All-Stars. There's a look at Bill Dressel looking over his offensive options at the moment. There's a good look at Matt Jones coming back to the huddle. 8 carries, 36 yards. Good athlete.
Well, I think they'll stay right with the run. They've piled up a couple of good gains in a row here, and they're coming off the ball real well.
15 first downs now for the North. I formation. Shields now slot to the right of the screen, but Ingram, the fullback, gets the handoff, takes it down to the 20-yard line. He's been good for 4 or 5 yards of crack.
Well, he's a big, strong, physical kid, and he's running behind the big line. And as I said, they're starting to take control of the line of scrimmage.
Jason, 6'3", 225 pounds, but he's been eating a lot this week, so I think that might be 235 by now.
He's a fine-looking football player.
Jeff Miller of Barlow as well, splits out to the top of your screen. I formation once again. Tony Robertson now in at tailback, and he has the football, and he's going nowhere, absolutely nowhere. Mike Donnelly out of LeGrand, 240 pounds, and he puts those 240 pounds in a 6'1" body.
Well, here comes the replay, and you'll see him come up right at the top of your screen. Nice play. Avoided the block and made the play in the backfield.
So here's the situation. The ball's at the 23-yard line. It is now third down. Still 10 yards to go. Derek Baldwin coming in.
Might want to double cover him.
Might be not a bad idea to contemplate. Baldwin goes to the top of your screen. Shields is the slot. Ingram and Robertson the setbacks. And Bushman is back to pass, and he's looking that way. Oh! I think Chad Paulson of Mountain View just got enough on the football to prevent everybody from getting a handle on it. Otherwise, it could have been a first down.
Well, he made a fine play, and we got a big fourth down play here.
And it's an all-star game, so we go for it.
Well, if you had a kicker, you might kick one right here, but I don't believe the North is blessed with a specialist.
Well, maybe it's the Derek Baldwin time, because Derek is splitting out to the top of your screen. Tony Robertson is the tailback. Comes on the end around. Baldwin does have his hands on the football. Oh, and he's run out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds long before the first down marker. But he's exciting.
Oh, I tell you.
Is he exciting or what?
I tell you what. You think Pokey's going to have fun with him in the Portland State offense? I can see Alan Borges now just drooling.
Here he comes around. He has fire in his eyes.
Nice play there by
number 43,
Tom Kern from Lebanon. Slowed the play down long enough to get help.
Abbas back in at quarterback for the South All-Stars. They take over on downs deep in their own territory. They still trail by 7, 14-7. The Marshfield Wonder with the football, and he just keeps coming at him. Jim Keller, 6'1", 185 pounds. He's been there, Mr. Consistency.
Well, he has, and that play was strung out. Looked like they had nothing going, and he picks up 4 or 5 all on his own.
Up to the 22-yard line. We're only at a 14-7 score, yet you have the feeling watching these two teams that either one of them could explode at any moment and put a couple of touchdowns on the board. Keller, the deep man in the eye. Joe Abbas out of Redmond is the quarterback. Number 12, and it's Keller again with the football. Has one block, springs him loose for about 5, and he gets 5 more on his own. He's coming to the outside, and this could be a foot race. All the way down to the 18-yard line before he is finally run down double team by Joe Rollins out of Jefferson and Jim Craig out of Hillsboro. Finally stopped the machine after 60 yards for Jim Keller.
Here comes the replay. Simple toss play now. Good cut off the block right there. He's going to run through a tackle. cut back, jump over. That kid is a player. Good block.
Look at the stat there, Tom.
Yeah.
15 carries, 136 yards.
Well, you know, Thurman sang his praises, and boy, for good cause. They may give him a one-play break here. He wants to come back in the game. He didn't want to stay out. Get me back in there, Coach.
I'll catch my breath later.
We have a dandy football game going.
We sure do. 14-7 North, but now the South knocking at the door. The ball at the 18-yard line. Maybe they should just put Derek Baldwin out there and Jim Keller and let them go at it one-on-one for about 20 minutes.
Well, would that be exciting?
Bill Dressel from Benson High School, the head coach of the North, out there talking to his defensive charges. What he wants to see on defense. I know what he doesn't want to see. Anything close to that end zone.
He doesn't want to see Jim Keller, I guarantee you that.
So Abbas brings him up. Well, I think we're going to have a 5-yard penalty there, but nothing.
Well, I'm not so sure that wasn't. I'm not so sure.
Something, Coach?
I'm not so sure that wasn't a planned play. The way the kids reacted, I think they were trying to get the North to jump off sides there, but you can't obviously go 2 people in motion at the same time. But they stopped, and all it becomes then is a shift.
And reset themselves. Ever met Mickey Sinnerud?
Mickey Sinnerud was a great football player, but right now I take Jim Keller. Mickey's a little old.
Mickey was unavailable anyway. Barks him out. He's going for the quick toss. Has his man now. They can just outrun him to the end zone. He doesn't quite do so, but he picks up good yardage on the play. Number 17, Paul Guthrie, out of Roseburg High School. Just a quick pitch. Had an opening by the time the DBs got on him. He had a 1st and goal.
Well, last time we had the ball down here with the South, they gave it to the big fullback, and I might look for that again.
The big fullback, of course, being Bruce Willits, number 34, out of Ashland. He's in there as the fullback. Johnny Johnson out of Redmond is the tailback. Abbas is the quarterback. Tom says fullback. It's got to be fullback. Right you are. Touchdown. How do you do at picking horses?
Not well, thank you. Here we come in the replay, and we're just going to give it to the fullback and let him bust up inside there.
Number 56, David Smith out of Reynolds, got his hands around him, and that's all he could do is just go along for the ride.
Not good enough for that kid right there to bring him down. We got a fine football game going here.
We're a PAT away from tying this football game up late in the 3rd quarter of play. Brent Berry out of South Medford will attempt the PAT out of the hold of Paul Guthrie. That's a decisive statement, isn't it? We have 1 minute, 51 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter of play. And here at Civic Stadium, we're all tied up. The North 14, the South 14. We'll see how this thing evolves when we come back right after this.
If you've been thinking about a new 1989 Ford, here's a tip. They're not making them anymore. You see, before long, the new 1990 Fords will be rolling into the Northwest. But your Ford dealer still has plenty of 89s. So they're offering great clearance prices on everything, from Escorts to Tauruses to the full line of Ford trucks. If you hurry, you really could save a bundle. Because while they're not making the 89s anymore, they sure are selling them at your local Northwest Ford dealer.
When you're so stiff you can hardly move, Mentholatum says, yes, you can. When your body says, Deep Heating says, yes, you can. Mentholatum Deep Heating works like a penetrating massage, a warm, relaxing massage to help you get going. Mentholatum Deep Heating says, yes, you can.
Here's a look at the touchdown time. Bruce Willits with the football, and he has only one mission and one objective. Finds both.
Yeah, they ran over one and by another one. And you might want to mention the center in there, Mark Cromwell from South Medford. He's doing double duty tonight, playing offensive center and playing middle linebacker on defense, and I think doing a heck of a fine job.
Well, the Benson connection, Derek Baldwin and Kenneth Vaughn are deep to receive for the North. If you're kicking it off, how do you decide which way you don't want to touch the football?
Kick it short.
All right, so give it to Derek on the bounce, just like before. Let's see if it's the same result. Well, a lot of red this time.
A lot of red, but 8 or 9 of them.
So Baldwin moves it up to about the 28-yard line where the North will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. On that last series for the South, 82 yards in just 5 plays. And Keller, 64 yards of those, of course, including that one large 60-yard run. .42 yards on the kickoff, 11 yards on the return by Derek Baldwin. About 72 yards less than his last one. First down, 10 yards to go. Joe Bushman has gone all the way at quarterback. And I believe that's John Sandstrom in at tailback for the North All-Stars, and it is number 43 from Gresham.
John, of course, is the son of John Sandstrom, who played on DeAndre's Giant Killers.
Different side of a different position as far as the offense and defense was concerned, however. John, of course, playing on the line. What an outstanding player he was, too, on defense.
Well, they had some great players on that team. He was one of them.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Miller out of Barlow, split to the top of your screen. Oregon City's Shields is the slot. And the handoff goes to the big fullback, Ingram, out of Barlow High School up to the 35-yard line. It's brought down by the interior of that south line. That'll bring up third down and about 4.5 yards to go for a first down.
Well, we got a defensive holding call here.
So that'll change that picture.
Unusual on a line smash to see a defensive holding call.
I don't think there's any doubt about what this North is going to do on this one.
Illegal use of hands, red. We have a first down.
Illegal use of hands. I thought the defenders could use the hands now. Maybe I better read the rule book again. Well, obviously he did something illegal.
Well, you don't use them illegally.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, they've marched the football all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Well, that was certainly a break for the North.
They were facing a third down, almost 5 yards. First and 10 now on their own 45. Miller to the top. He's the wideout. Ingram is the fullback, and Shields still playing in the slot. Fakes to Sandstrom, comes on the slot. That's Shields with the football. He breaks through a couple of tackles. Finally, he's brought down just across the midfield stripe by the South All-Stars, number 10, Brent Berry out of South Medford. Well, a good pickup by Shields.
I don't know if we'll see a replay of that, but that was all Ian Shields. Here it comes. He didn't get any help.
Asking you receive, Tom.
Yeah. You got nobody there except Red. There's one miss. There's another miss.
Tom Curran missed him.
There's another miss.
Pretty good effort.
Well,
that takes it across the midfield stripe where the North will have the football when we start the fourth quarter, because through 3, we're all tied up at 14.
America's #1 movie is driving everyone wild.
Now we're cooking. Surprised you haven't heard about me. You know, I got a bad reputation, and sometimes I just go nuts like now.
Lethal Weapon 2, rated R, now playing.
It's a chicken fajita summer now at Taco Time.
Chicken, salsa, ooh, Taco Time fresh, cheese, cheddar, chicken, tomato, juicy, lettuce, crisp, chicken, Taco Time fresh. olives, chicken, fajita.
The chicken fajita salad and the chicken fajita burrito now at Taco Time.
Introducing the totally redesigned 1990 four-wheel drive Toyota 4Runner. Now the additional performance from its available V6 is combined with additional comfort, additional necessities, and additional doors. Where you go in your new four-door Toyota 4Runner is your concern. Getting you back is ours.
Sweet dreams may fortune find you. Sweet dreams that leave your worries behind you. So in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.
Whatever your dreams, when you play Oregon's Megabucks, they could come true. Sweet dreams.
Oh, I think that'd be perfect.
Oh, yes. I like it. Oh, sure.
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be a good idea.
I mean, that's our family time.
I think Brian Cassidy needs a new pair of socks, but he's on the sidelines now, and of course he was injured in the first half of play, and he's not suited down, obviously, and he's still watching from the sidelines, supporting his North teammates as we face the fourth quarter, tied at 14. Here's a look at the statistics through the third quarter of play. The South starting to come back a little bit. 210 yards total offense for the North, 214 for the South. I guess that's why the scoreboard is all equalized.
Well, right up and down the line there, you got everything equal. Here we go, fourth quarter football.
Second down, 4 yards to go. The ball just across the midfield stripe. Bushman, the quarterback, hands off to Matt Jones out of Central Catholic. He's going nowhere. To the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Might even have lost a half a yard or so.
Dante Johnson made a nice play.
Also on the sidelines there, sitting with Cassidy, of course, number 16, Tony Robertson of Benson, who was injured earlier in the game. Out there watching his teammates. Hopefully, for their side to come back and punch in 6 and take the lead. Third down, 5 yards to go. Miller to the top of the screen. And Bell, who we haven't heard from really since the second quarter, is back in. He's split out to the bottom of your screen, and Shields is the man in motion, and Bushman is back to pass. He's got his man open.
Yeah, he does.
He said, hey, gee, how come I haven't seen you for a while?
Yeah, I'm afraid we got a motion penalty, though, of some kind on the North, I believe.
This one's probably coming back. 87, Mark Bell out of Glencoe with the football.
I think you'll see the, well, you won't. The motion back turned upfield just a half a step early.
Ian Shields.
Mm-hmm. I'd say Mark Bell made a great adjustment on that ball. Awful nice catch, but going to be 3rd and 10.
That pushes the football back to the 45-yard line. Third down, 10 yards to go. This one, the mistakes are really magnified, aren't they? Fourth quarter, tied at 14. Derek Baldwin split to the top of the screen. And things did not work exactly as planned. I think he should have held on to the football. But it's covered, fortunately for the North All-Stars, by number 74, Pete Pearson out of Dave Douglas. And I think had he have an opportunity to think about that again, he would have just held on to the football.
Well, they had an end around coming again to Derek Baldwin, and here comes a replay, and we'll see one of the South defenders probably on a man defense right there, number 1.
He had
Dante Johnson was in the right spot at the right time, and North was lucky not to lose the ball.
So they'll have an opportunity to kick it away, although they have not been real successful in the depth department for this one. Punting from about his own 15-yard line this time. A little better kick this time, and he may get a bounce. He does. It's going to be blown dead at about the 32-yard line. So it gets them out of trouble anyway. The South All-Stars will take over the football after that 40-yard punt. First down, 10 yards to go on their own 32-yard line, still tied at 14. We'll see what the South does here on offense. It looks like Chaddock is back in at quarterback.
And so is Keller at tailback, and guess who's going to get the ball?
Number 14, Scott Chaddock, the quarterback. Joe Abbas has gone throughout the second half of play, so this is Chaddock's reemergence as quarterback. High formation. It's going right to the airways. Just a quick toss to number 21, Chad Busick out of Redmond. Picks up about 3.5, maybe 4 yards on the play.
Just a little hitch pattern by Busick. Nice throw by Scott.
Second down and 6 yards to go. Paul Guthrie goes to the top of your screen. Dante Johnson is the tailback. And Chaddock is the quarterback, and it goes to Johnson on the pitch. He has one block, then cuts inside away from his blockers. He doesn't like the way he was dumped either by number 82, A.J. Waters out of Cleveland. And
David Massey from Jesuit, both of those guys in on that play. That was a electrifying tackle.
So they have a little discussion about their favorite magazine or something like that. Here it is again. Dante Johnson out of Redmond.
There they
just
are.
Picked up and turned there. So it's third down and 3 yards to go. High formation once again. Johnson still the tailback. Chaddock's going to the airways. Overshoots his man there. Little surprising call, do you think?
Well, a little bit. They had the North kids had that defense very well, but you know, Dave Eder is a big target and certainly not a bad call at that point. Ball was just overthrown.
But it brings up a fourth down now in a punting situation. At least we'll assume so. Ian Shields to the top of your screen to receive the punt. It's a good one. Shields takes it, tries to find an opening. He has a seam. He has one blocker in front of him. If he cuts to the outside, he does. Now he's trying to find enough room to move down towards the end zone, but he finally runs out of it at about the 26-yard line. But a great return by Ian Shields. Now there's a flag on the play. A dead ball call of some kind. But the trailing line judge did not like what he was seeing, so we'll see what they call here. And it appears to be against the North All-Stars.
Well, that's unfortunate. I don't know what that's all about, but you're going to see an awful nice return here by the fine athlete out of Oregon City, Ed Burton's program over there. And
32 yards on that punt. 43 on this effort, though, by Ian Shields, Tom.
Well, Ian, you know, is a great all-around athlete. Football, basketball, baseball, plays them all well. I don't know what the penalty was there, but some kind of a late hit or something by the offense out of bounds after the ball was dead. Well, I thought he said number 25. I don't see a 25 for the...
That's what I thought he said, too.
Yeah.
The only thing I could suspect, Tom, is that one of his teammates trailing the play got involved in a little altercation there. Maybe didn't like the way Ian was put out of bounds. In any case...
Well, if it was a dead ball foul, it's going to be 1st and 25, and that will nullify or make it awfully tough. When you had 1st and 10 on the 25, you got a total different set of circumstances.
Okay, they started at the 27 and we're backing up, and they are going to go 15 yards, so that'll put it back at the 42-yard line. First down, 25 yards to go.
10's awful hard to make.
Just makes it twice as interesting. So it's first down, 25 yards to go. The ball at the 42-yard line of the South All-Stars, and To correct that situation, they send Derek Baldwin to the top of your screen. Takes the handoff. Baldwin is the receiver. He takes the football, and he finds the entire South squad waiting for him, but not before he carries the ball down to the 34-yard line. So he gets a piece of the action back.
Well, the thing on this situation is you don't want to try to get it all on one pop. You've got 4 downs. You've got 25 yards to go. Pick up 10 or 12 at a shot, and in 3 downs, you got it.
10 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the football game, tied at 14. Second down, 16 yards to go. So Derek Baldwin received 9 of those on the play. He's splitting out once again at the top of your screen. Ian Shields is the slot back. Kenneth Vaughn out of Benson is the deep back, and Vaughn gets the football, gives it to Derek on the end around. Derek trying to find some room, and even when there's no room, somehow he finds a seam. He's finally pulled down by his jersey.
Well, John,
at the 30-yard line.
That was, Tom Kern again making a good play on Derek, and well, both teams are really battling. Rick, here we'll see a replay of it. They had a defense rather well.
We got all 3 Benson players involved on that play. Bushman on the handoff to Vaughn, on the end around to Derek Baldwin. And if Tony Robertson wasn't injured, he probably would have been there to take a possible pass. Third down. 13 yards to go. The ball at the 30-yard line. Tied at 14. Bushman looking up top again. Goes across the middle.
Well, that's Mark Bell on the reception. There's a clutch performer. Played for Coach Craig Rucker at Glencoe and made those kind of plays all year long for 2 years.
Down to the 18-yard line. Now, this is very, very close to a first down. That was a third down play.
Nice throw, better catch.
Just looking from across the sidelines, Tom, I'd say they're about a 1.5 feet away from a first down.
Well, it looks that way. This is going to be a timeout by the North, and we've got a big play coming up here.
Could be the play that decides the football game, so they want to talk about it. And they're going to take a timeout. At Civic Stadium, we have 8 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in this Shrine All-Star football game. The North 14, the South 14. It's coming down to payday right now.
All-Star Football Fever with that big screen color television for those big games on sale. Save $25, $50, $100. This Sharp 25-inch color TV, only $2.99. A Sanyo 25-inch remote color TV, only $3.99. RCA 26-inch remote color television, only $4.99. Big 27-inch Sharp remote color television, $5.99. Now that's Tom Peterson's.
We could give you 50 reasons to visit The Bite.
Take a big bite.
But we're only going to give you one. The Oregon Special Olympics. Coin TV invites you to experience The Bite on August 11th, 12th, and 13th, a very special fundraiser for the Oregon Special Olympics.
Take a big bite. Take a big bite.
Back at Civic Stadium, we're looking at the north sidelines right now. The intensity is understandable because their teammates on the field right now knocking at the door. Fourth down. About 1.5 feet to go. The ball on the south 18-yard line. Derek Baldwin, by the way, the latest on him, 188 yards. 83 on kickoff returns, 5 yards rushing, 68 pass receiving, 32 yards passing. We'll see who is going to be the man to carry the football here. Joe Bushman at quarterback. Hands off to his teammate from Benson High School, Kenneth Vaughn. Kenny gets down to about the 12-yard line. This is going to be a very, very close call for the first down.
Well, John Madwin says it's one of those right foot, left foot things.
Yeah.
And, I don't know that he even knows what that means, but it's going to be a close call here.
They're going to obviously bring the stakes in from across the way to measure this one.
Well, you want to guess, Rick?
Well, I'm going to say they got this one.
I'm guessing he made it by a 1/2 inch.
Okay, I'll give him 4 inches. Because Joe's going to get in our way so we can't see.
You either missed it or made it. Nice call.
You were 3 inches closer than I was. First down. We'll see if that proves to be the decisive first down of this football game. That's still to be determined. But they do have a first down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 17-yard line of the South All-Stars with 8 minutes and change to play here in the football game. Ball run to the top of your screen. Kenneth Vaughn and Ingram are the running backs. Set behind Joe Bushman, and Ingram gets the call. He just stands up for the first 2 yards. Finally, they get the clue that he has the football, and he's brought down at about the 13-yard line. Number 45, Jason Ingram out of Barlow High School. 6'3", 225 pounds. He's running behind, by the way, one of his teammates, Mark Owens, who's 6'4", 245 pounds. I might be able to run behind him.
They got some beef in there. Looks like we're having a little problem getting the play in here.
They don't want to take a penalty now. They've already had one delay of game earlier in the first half. They're sprinting to the line of scrimmage. Well,
crucial mistake right there.
We told them. So that'll back them up 5. On the delay, it'll just take back what Ingram gave him on the run.
Sometimes I think when you
blue, down stays the same.
Sometimes I think when you hustle the line of scrimmage, you simply alert the officials that you might be taking too much time. You might be better off just kind of sonaring up there. I think they count a little faster. Oh, I didn't mean that, did I?
No, you didn't mean that. But you're probably right. So it's still second down, but now 11 yards to go instead of 6 for the North All-Stars. The ball back on the 17.5-yard line. Baldwin split to the top of your screen. Bushman the quarterback. Vaughn in the eye, and Vaughn takes the football. He's running behind Ingram, finds one blocker, and then he's caught from behind by the left side of the South front line that came across to tackle him down inside the 15-yard line at about the 14-yard line.
I think that was Donnelly from LeGrand and Kern from Lebanon again. And those two kids have played yeoman efforts in there on that defensive front.
So it's third down and another long situation facing the North. 8 yards to go. Mark Bell split to the bottom. Baldwin to the top. Shields is a slot man. And Bushman is back to pass. And he bounced it right off the back, I believe, of Ingram. Well, someone got his back on that football. I think it was his own defender.
Might have been Malcolm Vuksic from Roseburg, put a great rush on. Here comes the replay.
Let's take a look at it. The ball definitely bounced off a jersey. I thought it might have hit Ingram there, but you're right. And he says, I should have had that one. Malcolm Vuksic of Roseburg. And another hanky on the field.
They'll probably decline this unless it's a 15-yarder.
Well, they're probably trying to analyze the strength of the kicking game of the North right here and probably making this decision.
Well, I think Tony Robertson was the kicker on the
right, he was the scheduled kicker.
No.
And, of course, he's out of the contest.
And I think Hedrick has kicked for 2 extra points, so...
I have holding.
Well, they're taking the penalty, so it's back at the 28-yard line.
The same. 3.
Okay, 10-yard penalty.
So they do get the down. So it's third down. The ball back at the 28. Now, to get a first down, they have to move inside the 6-yard line. I don't think we'll see the fullback draw on this one. But
might be a good call, Coach.
Might be a good call. I like Baldwin. I'd like to go to him again. Bushman back to pass. He's looking for Baldwin coming across the middle. Darius got the football, and he is down to the 10-yard line. Now, that's not enough for a first down, but it does give him a few options now.
Well, they're close enough to kick the field goal. It's, a long extra point, but we're going to have a replay. It's just a quick post pattern. Joe fires the ball in there, and right on the numbers. Here comes the kicker.
Okay, the field goal team is coming on the field. Now, we have 5 minutes, 42 seconds, so I'm sure Bill Dressel is thinking, whatever points I could possibly get, what's my best option, and maybe the decisive points in the game.
Well, Brent's kicked 2 extra points right down the middle, so...
Brett Hedrick, Rex Putnam. Oh, we got a whistle just before the call. Let's see what happens. Now they're calling a delay of game on their. I didn't have a clock on that. That seemed like an awfully fast delay of game to me on that one.
I suppose his watch needs repair.
I tell you.
Delay a game. Down stays the same.
Well, I'm sure it's right. They don't, officials don't make those kinds of errors, and that's a mistake possibly by the North. It could cost them 5 more yards. I don't know what Brett Hedrick's range is, but.
Well, right now there's a little indecisiveness on the sidelines.
Yeah.
He's ready to line up, and another team was ready to come onto the field, and so Bill Dressel says, let's call timeout and talk about this. So the North will talk about this situation. It's a little longer now than perhaps he had anticipated in putting 3 points on the board. And this may be their last time deep in South territory. So they want to chat about it. There's a good look at Coach Dressel. He walks out to talk to his offensive unit. There's Joe Bushman, the quarterback. A little encouraging word.
Well, they don't have quite 10 yards to go for the first down, so they don't have to get it in the end zone to keep the football. And I'm sure that was a factor along with moving the ball back.
So the situation right now finds the football at the 15-yard line. It's 4th down. As we mentioned earlier, they have to move inside the 6 for a first down.
Well, here's a point. I'm sure the South's going to have a whole lot of eyes on Derek Baldwin, and Mark Bell's made some clutch catches in this ball game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to Mark on this play.
Well, a field goal would have been 32 yards. And as Tom mentioned, that's not one of the strong suits of the North All-Stars in this particular edition of the team. So Baldwin splits out to the bottom of your screen, and Bell is to the top. And Tom has called him well. So let's look for Mark Bell and see if he is the recipient of the football. Bushman dropping back to pass, and he's looking for Baldwin, and Baldwin has the football, but I think he's going to be far short of the first down, even if they give him forward progress, although the way they're marking, I don't know. He looks like he's short still, but
they're going to have to measure this.
They gave him pretty good forward progress on that.
Let's see, we were a first down for the North by a little bit last time. I think this is going to be a first down for the South going the other way.
This is the left foot measurement, I think. We have the right foot before. I think he's going to be short. Oh, gee.
Well, it's closer than we thought.
Somebody took a link out of that chain or what?
Yeah.
But the South holds. A crucial play for the South All-Stars. That could have been all over, but they hold them. They'll take over the football. We're tied at 14. 5:09 to come. We'll be right back.
There was a time when the doctor made house calls at the Carlsons. And the milkman would leave milk on their doorstep. Well, there's still someone who will stop by when you need them.
Call Murph, will you?
At Unical, we still do things the old-fashioned way. From cleaning a windshield to jumping your car.
Carlson? Hello, Murph. How's your old man?
He's doing real good.
Tell him I'll be stopping by for a battery.
It sounds like a good idea.
Last chance, final weekend. It's Rubenstein's Spectacular Warehouse Clearance. This weekend, guaranteed savings of up to 70%. We've moved thousands of floor models, one-of-a-kind items, and discontinued merchandise from our warehouse to our stores. And slashed the prices up to 70%. Up to 70% off on better quality furniture. Everything for your home up to 70% off. No money down, no interest, and no payments for 6 months. Hurry, sale ends this Monday, 9 p.m. at Rubenstein's Furniture.
You're looking at some of those who cheer on the All-Stars, in this case, the North All-Stars, in tonight's football game. And so far, both teams have plenty to cheer about and plenty to be concerned about. Tied at 14, 5:09 to go here at Civic Stadium. And the South taking over on downs after holding the North on this dramatic drive towards the end zone. They have the ball, first down, 10 yards to go on the 7-yard line. By the way, Keller needs 33 yards to eclipse Mickey Sinnerud's Shrine Game record of 169 yards set in 1958. Still needs a few more.
Yeah, he does. Now, that was Johnny Lyday coming up from safety to make the play there. And there's a host of blue shirts looking for Mr. Keller on that one.
And you can see most of those yards for the South, 173. Most of those, of course, by Mr. Keller out of Marshfield High School. Second down, 9 yards to go, 4 minutes, 38 seconds to go in this Shrine Classic. Clock stopped.
Okay.
Bill was trying to get out in the field, and the referee saying, "You're not going to do that."
Well, they had a referee's timeout there. Must have had an equipment problem. I mean, you can't go out there on that.
You see Ed Whalen out there watching things from the end zone. Ed probably wants a souvenir football or something, waiting for one of those kicks or something. He can run off and take it home. Now keep an eye on that guy. Second down, 9 yards to go. Abbas is the quarterback, and he hands right up the middle. Number 34, Bruce Willits, the big fullback, takes it up to about the 13-yard line.
Well, we're coming up to a pretty big football play right here. If the South can get a first down and get a little room, then they can open it up a little bit. And if the North can stop them, and they may have good field position.
Willits and Keller. Oh, your running backs. Chad Busick and Redmond split to the bottom of your screen. Third down. 3.5 yards to go. Handoff goes, takes the handoff, pitches back to Keller, and Keller has to cover it just on the goal line. We'll see what they call it.
Well, the ball never got in the end zone, so that's
it's on the 1 yard line.
1 yard line, all right. Crucial error.
Let's look at it again.
We see a good defensive play right here, and you don't see it. Forced the quarterback to make the wild pitch, and Jim Keller did all he could do to get on the ball and save a 2-point safety. Which
Heads up play by Keller.
That was a great play by Jim Keller.
But now it's fourth down in the shadow of the end zone, as they say. And he has to stay inside that cone to get this kickoff. This is going to be a tight kick. He does get it off, and it's a good kick, too. Taken by Shields at the 40-yard line. He has one block. It's a penalty on the play. I think this one's going to come back regardless of what happens. I think they're calling a clip on that first block, and Shields has a great run going. Down to the 4-yard line. I think it's going to go for naught.
It sure is, but what a great individual effort again by Ian Shields.
All right, here it is again. Let's see if we can see the infraction.
Well, it's going to happen.
Number 40.
It's going to happen right here, real close. Right there, coming back. It wasn't number 40. It was a yellow helmet. But look at this effort by Ian Shields. Got some help there with John Sandstrom. Got a couple other blocks. And great individual effort.
I thought they may have called it on Ed Netter of Canby, but well, the first flag went down, and then another flag went down. In any case, the ball is going back. Nullifies a great run. Puts a sigh of relief, I'm sure, into the hearts of the South well-wishers. Certainly Thurman Bell puts the ball back at the midfield stripe. Here's the call. He's going to turn his microphone on for us. Fine, don't. That's makes 97 yards now in penalties against the North All-Stars. First down, 10 yards to go. We got 2.5 minutes to go in this Shrine Classic. Bushman is back to pass. Has an opening, and it's Derek Baldwin. Baldwin has to come back for the football. Fights off one tackler, and then he's swarmed under by 3 others at the 45-yard line. He'll probably get forward progress a little farther than that. Time is much an element as anything right now. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Well, the North put on a good drive right at the end of the half for some points, and it looks like they're going to have the opportunity with the ball here again.
Well, they're talking about the clock is running. Almost 2 minutes, 2:05 and counting. The ball at the 45-yard line of the South All-Stars. Tied at 14. There's been 3 ties in the 41-year history of this series. The last one was 1976, 15 all. We're tied at 14 right now. Bushman's going to the airways. He's looking for Baldwin. Baldwin has to wait for it. He has the football. He scrambles, tries to crawl into the end zone. Finally, to go a little further, he's knocked down at the 10-yard line. He is still laying on the turf saying, I know I could have gone farther. I know I could have gone farther. You know, we don't give a most valuable player award out in this game anymore. But if we did, I think we have an automatic choice for the North All-Stars anyway.
Well, I tell you, you'd have a heck of a time making the decision between Derek Baldwin and Jimmy Keller. 2 kids that have just carried their separate teams here tonight.
A big play again from the Benson connection, and Derek, you can see him just crawling for the end zone. Hey, Derek, you got 10 yards to go. First down, 10 yards to go. We have 1:25 to go in the football game. Bushman, the quarterback, hands off to the fullback. Ingram just powers his way down to the 6-yard line. Interesting to see how many timeouts we have left for each team. I don't know that situation. The clock is running, 1:10. They're in that hurry-up offense.
Looks like 1 timeout for the North and 2 for the South at this point.
Well, they're moving awfully slowly right now. This is not typical of the 2-minute offense that we saw in the last part of the first half. 47 seconds and counting. Second down, 6 yards to go for Pater. Bushman drops back to pass. Almost blindsided. Incomplete. Ian Shields came across, almost had the football at the corner of the end zone, ruled incomplete, and the clock stops with 36 seconds to play, and it's a 3rd down and goal from the 6-yard line. They probably can at least welcome the time break. They do have 1 timeout left, so.
Well, I think they're close enough now that they have some options again. They can run it in the middle of to the right, get it in the middle of the field for a chip shot field goal, or they can go in the end zone with a pass. If it's incomplete, then they have a field goal from the hash mark.
Well, Ingram or Jones, either one might be a logical choice on this play. He's going to the airways, though, and a little miscommunication between himself and Baldwin. Baldwin cutting inside. He's going outside. That brings up 4th down, and the kicking team is coming onto the field. This could be it. 33 seconds to go. 4th down and goal from the 6-yard line. And it looks like they're going to attempt the field goal. Now, Tony Robertson was the designated kicker. He was injured earlier in the contest. Now it's number 11, Chad Carlson.
Chad's actually holding the ball, and it's
holding for number 38.
Brent Hedrick.
Brent Hedrick. Hedrick's kick is up. It's good. Two PATs and 1 field goal for Hedrick. They have put the North on the lead, 17-14, 29 seconds to go. Can the South come back? We'll find out right after this.
They set him up.
Get on there! I can't do that.
They put him away. Welcome to Gateway, Leone. You have no rights here unless I give them to you. You feel no pleasure unless I tell you you can. This is hell. I'm going to give you the guided tour. But if a man has the will, no lock can hold him. Stallone. Lock Up. Rated R.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
Give me one good reason why you chose the Eagle Premier Limited.
4-wheel disc brakes, leather-trimmed interior, air conditioning, power everything.
I only asked for one.
Take your pick.
He just gave you a lot of good reasons for choosing an Eagle Premier Limited. And now your Jeep Eagle dealers are giving you another one. But when a car looks like that, who needs reasons?
See your local Jeep Eagle dealer, where you can expect the best.
Oh, boy, what a moment on the North sidelines. We've got Brent Hedrick right here, the guy that just kicked perhaps the winning field goal. What was going through your mind, Brent?
It was off to the left a little bit, and I'd been kicking my balls to the left, so I wanted to get it to the right. And so I just tried and point that way, and luckily it went in.
There's no such thing as a chip shot for a guy like you who is not a kicker. You must have been just having butterflies.
Oh, I didn't try and think about it I just tried to concentrate on where I was going to plant and kick the ball.
And the reaction was priceless. He must be on top of the world.
Heck yeah, I just wanted to win this one.
Okay, count the seconds down. Hopefully the North will pull this out. Congratulations on the big
Thank
boot.
you.
Tom and Rick, back to you after such a big kick.
All right, 29 seconds to go, and now the kicking duties. Chad DeSole of Glencoe to kick it off for the North All-Stars. The South tried to get the great comeback, and do you think they've got a charged-up group of blue shirts after him, or what?
Well, he never did get a hold of the ball, I don't think, till the blue kids were on him. But
boy, he paid the price, too.
They got time for a play or two.
Donnie Johnson of Redmond still alive after all that. Well, South has the football. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball is actually about the 20-yard line. 21 ticks on the clock. They trail now on the Hedrick field goal, 17-14. Hedrick, as we mentioned, a replacement for Tony Robertson, who was the designated kicker. Knocking out of the hold of Carlson. True to form. The two teamed up for 3, and that's the difference in the football game. This is Chaddock back in at quarterback. It is tipped and almost picked off. Carlson, who we just talked about a moment ago, Chad from West Lynn, running up trying to pick off that football.
Yeah, we got an injured North player down.
That's Chad DeSole, who kicked off and has been kicking off for the North team throughout the contest, number 75. So if he's not seriously hurt, man, to get an injury at any time, certainly the last 11 seconds of a game.
Well, that's for sure. You know, that last pass, kind of the story of the South's pass offense for the night. It got tipped at the line of scrimmage by one of the North, in fact, probably was Chad DeSole.
Well, Thurman doesn't like to throw the football. He doesn't have much choice right now.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. You try to win it right to the end, and stranger things have happened. We had a Hail Mary here in a Shrine game about 3 years ago where Aaron Fentress from Grant went up and picked the ball off and went about 60 yards in the last 15 seconds or something like that to win a game. And so, those things can happen. I tell you, this has been a great football game, and both coaches, both coaching staffs, and all the players have to be commended for their effort. And, it's not easy to come out of the middle of the summer and give up 10 days and get yourself in polished shape, to play. And I think everybody involved has to take some credit. This is one of the finest Shrine football games I've seen in years.
It's a good one. Chad's okay, as you can see. He got off the turf, walked off himself, got a few congrats from his buddies. And now, of course, if you're the North, that old axiom, you don't get beat by the big play now.
Well, they're gonna put a couple speedsters deep and everybody else playing soft. So we'll see what happens.
Scott Chaddock, the quarterback, in. Perhaps the better arm of the two. Has to get something and get it fast. 11 seconds on the clock.
Absolutely a great play out there by
Ed Netter of Canby.
Out of Irv Garrison's program at Canby. I'll tell you what. Great football game. Both teams. Great football game.
Well, you can hear the horn and the jubilation of the North All-Stars. A great defensive play to end what has been a game with great offensive plays as well. And the North stopping that little losing streak at the hands of the South All-Stars. They win it here at Civic Stadium. The final, the North 17 and 14 for the South. Although the official may want to hold us up a moment. Let's wait a second here.
I think the South may have called timeout, and it looks like we're going to have time for another play.
There's no time on the clock, but let's listen to the official.
We have timeout, red, 3 seconds on the clock.
Second life.
Well, let's see now. Get the band out on the field and run a few laterals around here and there, and who knows what can happen.
I wonder what the Stanford band is doing right now. I don't think they could fly up for this one. Well, maybe Ed Netter's play is not going to be the last one of the game. Great tackle. Great tackle. But in all the noise and the jubilation, obviously one of the South All-Stars called timeout when there was still time on the clock. So they have now reset the clock with 3 seconds on it. It's third down. Not that that makes any difference at this point. Chad getting some final instructions from Coach Thurman Bell. There's a look at Thurman.
Thurman will compete right to the end for you, I guarantee you.
Okay, the last play again. 3 seconds on the clock. Shattuck sends a whole host of receivers out to the bottom of your screen. Looking for a prayer now. And he's going to air it out. And it's picked off. Joe Rollins out of Jefferson has the honor of ending the football game with the interception. And that is it. Again, the North has beaten the South in the 1989 Shrine All-Star Classic. The final 17-14. You don't go away. We have a lot more right after this.
Introducing the only detergent with Clorox Color Safe Bleach to help turn up the clean. New Clorox detergent.
Turn up the clean from dingy to white. Turn it up from dull to bright. Clorox detergent can turn up the clean.
New Clorox detergent is the only one with Clorox Color Safe Bleach. It gets everything you wash.
Brighter, whiter, cleaner. Turn up the clean. Clorox detergent can turn up the clean.
Coin TV is positively Oregon. They've been washing cars for 35 years. Hannah Car Wash has expanded to 20,000 car washes worldwide. This prospering business brought nearly $100 million into the Oregon economy last year. Coin TV salutes the Hannah Car Wash for being positively Oregon. G.I. Joe's is a proud sponsor of Positively Oregon.
Shop G.I. Joe's Grand Prix sale for great summer savings, like Bushnell binoculars, Speed Optics sunglasses, Fujifilm, and more. Save on Motocraft spark plugs, just 89 cents each. Motocraft, the official spark plug of the G.I. Joe's Camel Grand Prix, July 28th through 30th at PIR. Enter to win a Nissan 240SX Coupe and get your Grand Prix tickets now at G.I. Joe's.
If you've been thinking about a new 1989 Ford, here's a tip. They're not making them anymore. You see, before long, the new 1990 Fords will be rolling into the Northwest. But your Ford dealer still has plenty of 89s. So they're offering great clearance prices on everything, from Escorts to Tauruses to the full line of Ford trucks. If you hurry, you really could save a bundle. Because while they're not making the 89s anymore, they sure are selling them at your local Northwest Ford dealer.
Back at Civic Stadium, where the North All-Star team, on the strength of a field goal in the final 30 seconds, has beaten the South All-Stars 17-14. And what a display of offensive talent by Jim Keller of Marshfield for the South All-Stars and Derek Baldwin of the North team, of course, representing Benson High School, as they win it 17-14 to avenge a couple of years of disappointing defeats at the hands of the South All-Stars. Now, down on the field, a lot of excitement and jubilation going on, both for the North and the South All-Stars, because after all, this is a game in which the real beneficiaries are the Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children, and they were very anxious to play a part in that. And also playing a part in that, of course, is Coin Television and my own partner, Ann Schatz. And take it down on the field.
As you guys can expect, absolute bedlam here. 17-14. Now let's see, what team won? No! Okay. And here to present, I want to present you guys with the trophy that means ever so much. The trophy that goes to the winning team. We've got some co-captains that I'd like to give this to. Joe Bushman, Brian Cassidy, David Massey. Are you guys around to accept this trophy?
We're going to Disneyland.
Joe, let me ask you real quick. You guys have, the South team has lost 6 of the last 9 games against, or the North team has lost 6 of the last 9, okay? Did you guys have a score to prove tonight, do you think?
That's not a question. Of course we did. Yeah, we did. These guys are great. We worked hard all week. I can't give enough credit to my offensive line. I love you guys. I love all you guys. We're money. We're North. We're winners.
Congratulations.
Where's that trophy, Cassidy? Me, you, and...
So congratulations to the North team. A wonderful, wonderful victory. 17-14 in the final seconds. Okay, guys. Go celebrate, fellas. Congratulations. And I'd also like to present to you, while I could, while we have a couple of minutes, a guy that's been such a follower of the Shrine game for so many years, Mick Shafbo, who is the Vice President and General Manager of Coin TV. Mick, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Ann, and gentlemen, congratulations. This is the 11th year that Channel 6 has carried the North-South Shriners Hospital All-Star Game. And we're fortunate this year that the game was also carried in Southern Oregon on KOBI television in Medford and KOTI television in Klamath Falls. As is our tradition, we want to give the award where it really counts, and that's to the kids at the hospital. So, Executive Director Bernie and Potentate Yeomans, Potentate Alley, I'd like to present on behalf of Channel 6 and KOBI and KOTI checks for $6,250 to the Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children. Bud Bernie, thank you so much.
It's indeed a pleasure for us to be here tonight and to accept this. And we know that it's going for one of the greatest things in the world, working for our crippled children. It's the greatest philanthropy that anybody can ask, and we all thank you for coming tonight.
Congratulations to the Blue Shirts, the North team, and thank you all very much.
A great evening here. North takes it by the score of 17-14. Sweet revenge for these guys, and I think there'll be a little celebrating. Rick and Tom, back up to you.
Okay, Ann, try to stay alive down there. I tell you what, 17-14. We still have a few more things back here at Civic Stadium when we come back. Once again, the North coming out on top. You can tell that by the celebration down on the field. Stick with us. Tom and I'll be right back.
Introducing the only detergent with Clorox Color Safe Bleach to help turn up the clean. New Clorox detergent.
Turn up the clean from dingy to white. Turn it up from dull to bright. Clorox detergent can turn up the clean.
New Clorox detergent is the only one with Clorox Color Safe Bleach. It gets everything you wash.
Brighter, whiter, cleaner. Turn up the clean. Clorox detergent can turn up the clean.
Bernstein's took the tang of Italian dressing and introduced it to the rich smoothness of ranch. New Bernstein's Ranch Italian, the richer, smoother Italian. Bernstein's, where others skimp, we splurge.
Low-cal dressings promise big things, but fizzle out. Bernstein's reduced-calorie Italian with cheese, loaded with Parmesan, Romano, garlic, oregano. It explodes with flavor. Bernstein's reduced-calorie dressing.
The Nissan Maxima is the most trouble-free car sold in the U.S. So now it's official. But the Maxima never has given me any trouble. No trouble performing like a sports car. No trouble fitting 5 adults. And the price? Never had any trouble with that.
Because we're number one, your Nissan dealer is offering great deals right now.
Back at Civic Stadium, and you're looking at Derek Baldwin, who was a one-man show for the North All-Stars. 3 rushes for 5 yards, 9 receptions for 134 yards, including 21 yards for a touchdown. 1-for-1 passing for 32 yards, 2 kickoff returns for 94 yards, one of which was an 83-yarder for a touch. He scored both North touchdowns, and his 30-yard reception set up North's winning field goal. What more can you ask from a guy, Tom?
Well, a great football player that had a great night, and you know it was just exactly what you hope for in an all-star game. You had 2 well-coached teams that played great football. You had stars on both sides of the line of scrimmage, and it went right down to the end, and all for the cause with the Shriners Hospital and the crippled children. So I think it's a success for everybody, and whether you were wearing red or blue, didn't make much difference tonight. It was a great game for a great cause.
And you talked about the stars on both sides, and of course the star for the South All-Stars on offense was number 23, Jim Keller. When we take a look at the highlights from the second half here, you'll see that Mr. Keller continued where he dropped off in the first half, and that was giving the North defense just fits. Here he is with the football. Just a great football player. This, of course, put the South in position as they were looking to tie up the football game. They trailed 14-7 at halftime, and Keller, for 60 yards, put him in that position down to the 10-yard line. Then they went for a little power. And they had plenty of that when they needed it. We were tied at 14, and the North looking for a little revenge. Ian Shields out of Oregon City. A great individual effort. This one came back, but it shows you the reason many touted him as the best offensive player in the state. And we talked about Derek Baldwin. He had a career for most people in the first half. Here in the second half, is that effort going for the end zone, and he was still 10 yards away. He wanted the end zone so badly. But it put his team in a position for the winning field goal. And Brent Hedrick, filling in for the injured Tony Robertson, did the trick. And with 30 seconds to go, the North had the lead. South with one opportunity, 3 ticks on the clock. It's picked off, however, by the North All-Stars, and that ends it. The North winning it 17-14, and the party is just now beginning down in the locker room. Statistically, in favor of the North, 302 to 218 total yards. Passing certainly the difference. We talked about the head coach, Thurman Bell, for the South, saying he wanted to pass more. He may not tell us that again. 5 for 21, and certainly a difference in terms of the offensive productivity of the South All-Stars. But they played very, very well defensively. And they kept the North team on its heels all the time, especially with that great drive of the North late in the game in which they stopped them on that 4th down situation and had an opportunity at least to win. So as Derek Baldwin continues to receive congratulations on the field, we're going to wrap it up. It's been a great game, and Tom, it's been great working with you.
Well, thank you, Rick. It's my pleasure. It's a lot more fun up here than I thought it might be, and what the heck? It's easier coaching up here, I guarantee you that. Well, it was, like I said, a great game, a great cause. I had a ball. I hope everybody involved did.
Best of luck to the Pioneers at Lewis and Clark.
Well, thank you very much.
Final here from Civic Stadium. It's the North 17, the South 14. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everybody.
You enjoyed the game?